KUAM FM Hagåtña, Guam. You're listening to The Link with Chris and Sabrina on Breeze 93.9.
From Guam, and represent the land that I am from. I hold it down for my nationality. Tomorrow stand firm, we got to revive a dying breed. Well, I'm a soldier from Guam. Saipan, Luther, Indian is where we from. Northern Marianas is a home and I'ma say, revive our bloodline, tomorrow blood will never fade. Tomorrow pride on deck and I still keep repping my clique. I give my cellos love, feel the blood stand up, revive our breed, don't keep it on the down low. Let it grow, many years we'll be living through pain, let the rain just go away, we'll never fade. Everybody know what time it is, we gotta bring back our roots, revive a line on Guam, everybody's too proud. And all you people out there thinking that we charge, I think you're the one that's lost. Tell her I'm proud and proud, to my grave, not ashamed of my nationality. Let's all stand up for our beliefs, our tomorrow bloodline is a dying breed.
I know he said it once, our culture's dying, something that can't be ignored, so I'ma keep fighting. Let down that gun beach, my Uncle Charlie's place. Outsiders telling him to get out cause it's not his place. Now how you gonna tell him that and you're not even local? This here is for my brothers blind, I really wish you would know. They bringing bulldozers and X2 workers. I guess it's money and the power, but still I'm a soldier.
Well, I'm a soldier from Guam, and I represent the land that I am from. I hold it down for my nationality. Tomorrow stand firm, we got to revive a dying breed. Well, I'm a soldier from Guam. Saipan, Luther, Indian, that's where we from. Northern Marianas is a home and I'ma say, revive our bloodline, tomorrow blood will never fade.
Juicy Mr. Keith was perfectum tautologo Tanu representan Islang Wahan Bihagabu Pradehi Islam Mami Tetlu Esta Pagu Tensi Yeah, man Griffy He build up Eat my goal Bezaga I Contrario Set Route Be Falagu Fanui Altai Manu Matatun Ila Satsu Unfatu How He Islang Guam Tensuli Ilugat I respect we militat Upega How He Espatat Ilis to how Uncle Sam sat Type Fishu how Thoughts that business Mudini sat out outside Lagu how Huawei Magalahi Fuck I'ma say a Hazi Perfectum Chamorro Guam Tetlu Estimagi
I'm bringing it back on track, and my bloodline going cold. Everybody on this island knows, yeah, I know our culture goes. So let's put the faith and make it grow. Your bloodline would never fall. Just thought I would let you know. I'm doing whatever it takes to make it known. Keep it going strong. See, nowadays our culture's fading away. What a damn shame. Landmarks taking away. Corruption's just taking place like it ain't no thing. We ain't the one to blame, so I'm holding down and rep my thing. Your bloodline, it's in my veins. You damn right, chill, we ain't playing no games.
Well, I'm a soldier from Guam, and I represent the land that I am from. I hold it up for my nationality. Tomorrow stand firm, we got to revive a dying breed. Well, I'm a soldier from Guam. Saipan, Luther, Indian is where we from. Northern Marianas is a home and I'ma say, revive our bloodline, tomorrow blood will never fade.
Mayo, from the place that I call, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Mayo, from her beautiful blue seas, but I'm playing the game, trying to get to this fame. Oh, oh. think hard before I make decisions. Think about what I've earned and what's given. Think about my future and my love. Play some ball, mess around and switch it up. Mix some C's with some B's and make a book. Too many trees, they be starting to hurt my lungs. In the box doing nothing that they flown. What the hell am I doing? I got to run now. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I got some hearts to fill and break free from this habit of negativity. Oh damn weak that be sticking to me like macaroni in K3. I'm far away from the comfort of my bed, but it's all good just as long as I can keep my head. Yeah, I'll be back, don't you worry about that. But first I gotta get on track and make some tracks now. Miles, miles from the place that I call home, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Miles, miles from her beautiful blue seas, and I'm playing the game. Yeah, I'm playing the game. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got 200-300 in my wallet. I check the phone, see that nobody is calling. On the TV, everyone is balling like they stalling, but I'm stalling cause I'm all in. I think about the nice weather, cause I'm freezing in a big sweater. Haven't talked to G, Josh, even Mr. Sweller. Used to make hits and you know it lasts forever. Hey, take me back, take me back. Backpack, snapbacks, Kendrick on the Mac. Dreaming about putting KUAM music on the map. Scheming about rhymes, we be planning our attack. Hey, happy my homies, please stay hungry. So you know that I'm coming. Make a few hundreds, then add a few commas. Be honest, and you know you gotta stay humble. Now miles from the place that I call, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Miles from her beautiful blue seas, and I'm playing the game. Yeah, trying to get to this fame. Miles from the place that I call home, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Miles from her beautiful blue seas. Yeah, she's calling my name. Trying to get to this fame. Miles from the place that I call home, but she's calling my name. Yeah, she's calling my name. Hey, miles from her beautiful blue sea. Yeah, I'm playing the game. Yeah, I'm playing the game. That miles from the place that I call home.
Ja uli die sombranzelten meg, et zu ite saluda, antes diu niga, radzaudzan malak estrezas, durante todo il memu. A nogi distancia, como cupu gipalu, zaniman malak guafi, ikonum nasugi airi, prebatu la noci, nai banderata gaigi, pues atan fanni bandera, kau esta pagua pumalapa, giluk tanu man libri, sentami ti man ko badi.
Wherever you take it closer to your temperature gets a little hot now. Hey, my she burning out of here. I ain't quenching it with no time. Hey. Listen, wine. Them know me bending up with each other. Remember the long tongues, the word they like is ODA. So the weekend escalate. Seems like we already determined enough fate. Jesse, yeah. Oh, no, no. Love season is in progress. But don't stress. Love like a burn is on fire. But you know the shine is gonna take you higher. So now watch I say. Love season is in progress. But don't stress. Love like a burn is on fire. But you know the shine is gonna take you higher. So now watch I say. Go ahead and relax, baby. It's time to take it slow. It's time to wind down and let you have. And all my eyes to you will stay. But I'm talking about pushing love and rhyming time. The sheets is mercy, baby. All up on the bed, the floor, the porch. I even by the back, by the front door. Yes, yeah. But when it's cold outside, I can feel your fire. Or the wind against the heart for you, girl. I'm going down, 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 yeah. Get a body heat getting higher all the time. You should have kept it much, I could now you're in trouble. Your body comes, you don't know where it's time as I take you higher. So now what y'all say, the season is in progress, don't stress. Love me like a fire is on fire. But you know it's time as I take you higher. So now what y'all say, there are a couple girls that I see, and they're looking so lovely. So I introduce myself, my name's Candy. She asks how you do it. What if the rest is magic on it, yeah. As they sing a song, the sound like the sea, yeah. Oh, yeah. The season is in progress. Don't stress. Love like a burn is on fire. Not you have this time, but I'll take it higher. So now I just say, the season is in progress. Don't stress. Love like a burn is on fire. Not you have this time, but I'll take it higher. So now I just say, yes, sir. All right. This one dedicates all the goddamn. Well, I met this girl from the country. She wants to know everything that's about me. Are you single? What is your age? She kinda hesitate cause everybody plays the game. Well, I be to you what's so surprising. Was a stranger in your town, you walk by me. Can we just walk? Let's have a talk. 1 minute and you will see. Oh, I can tell by your eyes. Swing my way. It's a love that's for real, Miss Lady. Come on, wine with me, the baby. Now she knows I got a remedy, the real thing. Not only physically, I need a lifetime lover. Not a lifetime lover. Now it's getting on a serious. Don't be scared, don't be delirious. I need a lifetime lover. Not a lifetime lover, yeah. Last time I really sing this one. Oh, no, 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 yeah. Oh, no, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey. So. Oh, no, 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 yeah. Oh, no, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey. So incredible. Well, how we play. I'm for you and my heart. Girl, I had yours. The roads are complicated. Just my appreciation for you. And girl, I love the way your body fits mine. Just a daily dose of your love. I need the most. I need your love. Because every morning, every day and night we argue, girl. Even though we always fuss and fight, you still mean the world to me. Let's try to fix the problems, cause we're falling apart. I'ma love you over again, like I loved you from the start. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Small kind lovers rock, high rise origination, marination right here. For all the lovers out there.
Good morning, KUAM. Right on. Friday, woohoo, business, yodeling. Good morning, Jay.
I'm doing the gritty like Cincinnati Bengals all Pro Bowl wide receiver Jamar Chase.
There you go. It's the goodie. It's the dance he does.
The gritty.
The what?
The gritty.
Sorry.
And
The
I'm
gritty.
probably doing it very, very badly.
No, you're all right. You're a pretty good dancer, Jay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning on you. It's Friday. February 11th here, 2022. Got a big Super Bowl pre-show for you today. We're going to be doing a lot of Super Bowl-y things, including starting to give away 56 Whoppers, courtesy of Burger King.
Are we giving away all 56 today?
We're going to give away a lot today and a lot on Monday.
Oh,
And then we might
are we doing one at a time? Or this show may have to go back to 10 o'clock.
Yeah, the number, guys, 671-637-0094. There's also a lot going on that's not the Super Bowl that we'll get to today. As you know, the COVID's getting bad when the governor puts out a video. And she did put out a video last night. How bad was it, Jay? Because if it's really bad, she does Facebook. If it's okay, she puts it on YouTube. So this was everywhere?
Yeah, last night it was, we got the heads up. I mean, we got the heads up that the governor would be putting out like a video statement, maybe around like 5, and then about 6:30, or I should say like 6:45, right after the news ended, the governor did come out with a video message in which she announced Operation Homebound.
Yeah.
This is an initiative that protects at-risk communities, I'm reading here, obviously,
Yeah.
from reaching concerning levels of transmission. It's 3 teams consisting of, now this is key, there's a healthcare worker, a combat medic, someone with, military training and like expert at, rapid response, triage, that kind of things, and interpreters. So they're going to reach out to, the various villages and the pockets. And, we've had the, what was it, the rapid response, or what was it?
The Rapid Engagement Team.
Rapid Engagement Team, thank you, the RET, yeah. And they are mobilizing to conduct home testing, home vaccinations, and health assessments in communities of concern and underserved communities. So it seems like we're going back to that point where it says, there are some neighborhoods, some ethnic groups perhaps, or some parts of the island where the message just isn't reaching.
Yeah.
Or the motivation just is not there.
I just got to say right off the bat, though, it's a little late. This is something we should have never stopped. And when the CDC came out to study why our people were dropping dead and showing up at the hospital, that was the time that we should have stood something like this up. They came and left. They did their study. They came and left. They presented the findings. And it was only now that we decided, let's go out and test people and vaccinate people. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect the hard work of the people who are out there doing this, but again, the policy decisions in this public health emergency, they come from on high at Adelup and trickle down to everyone else. And so I'm just going to say right now, it's late. It's late. We lost a lot of people. We lost people last night. We're losing people. 35 people have died in 2022. COVID-19 related deaths.
Did you see the social media reaction to this video? Because we shared it like on our platforms too, and
people were just hating. I think people they don't want to hear it.
Instagram was almost exclusively negative.
Yeah,
like our Instagram comments. Facebook was, I would agree with you. It skewed a little bit more. The majority was a little bit on the snarky side.
Yeah.
But there were some people that said, okay, this concerns me. Like
I mean, with the comments though, it usually goes either like you have the people who just hate away, which that's their right. Then you have the other side, which is the people who are like, why aren't you doing something, right? That's a lot of the comments that I see. People who were saying, these are the same people who were saying weeks back, like Dr. Ho at the beginning of the surge, do something to stem the positive cases, which turn into the hospitalizations, which turn into the deaths. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem complicated to me. So when we're going to play this video for you guys, but I just got to say I'm very disappointed in the administration. Very, very disappointed. I mean, 35 people dying this year alone. Like I said, the CDC came out to study. They came out to study us because people were showing up dead on arrival. And now, months later, we get the reaction. And I just got to say, it kind of seems like they're busy doing other things, like re-election, like giving raises. That has been the focus in 2022. The focus has not been on the COVID-19 response. We would know because we don't hear from public health. They would be on here telling you guys. And so there was another thing in the governor's YouTube video thing. She said, I quote, "We are beating COVID-19." In what way are we beating COVID-19, guys?
hospitalizations are up. I actually was concerned yesterday, and I was a little bit remiss because I feel when I was reading the news, we didn't make as big a point of this as we should. But hospitalizations, bro, were up yesterday. 54. I mean, they're at 50 right now, but they're at 54. And remember when Dr. Peter Lombard,
that was the trigger he said about 50.
Well, he was saying 60 is kind of like the threshold and kind of like the level at which you want to really be concerned, because then you get to the point where the hospitals could possibly reach a point when they would become overwhelmed. The resources will become untenable at that point. So as it approaches 60 and everything like that, that's when people in serious decision-making capacities are going to take like a hard look and say, okay, we need to do something.
Yeah, I mean, but the feeling I have is like we're teetering on the edge, if not already rolling down the other side. But yeah, just really disappointed in how, and she said this in her last video address, that we've beaten 3 surges. I don't think COVID is a win-loss kind of thing. I don't think you can say that we're winning when 35 people have died in this year alone. I mean, we're just barely 2 weeks into the second month of this year, and already 35 people, human beings.
305 people in less than 2 years.
Yes. These are human beings with families.
305 people is like I mean, think about that. That's basically my graduating class from high school. 305 people.
Yeah. I mean, when you think of it that way, it's crazy, Jay.
Yeah.
I mean, 35.
That is literally the analogy that I use to kind of like, and then, I tell my mom, I was like, I remember sitting there like with my classmates, I was like, wow, this is the last time we'll all be together. But when you really see like how big your class is, it like makes them, and when you think about it in that light, it's like, wow, 305, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, 35 people in 2022, I cannot believe it. And I can't believe that this is happening, and the cases are crazy. We've got a
So you're saying 35 people? And I haven't gone into these numbers, but of the 305 people, 35
have died this
away
year.
Just this year?
This year, we've had 35.
So better than 10% of the total number of fatalities due to COVID have been in the last 6 weeks.
And the key here is the governor came out at the beginning of this surge and said it was going to be mild. Dr. Berg came out and said in an interview with Nestor Lecanto that, 500, 600, 700 cases, we're going to be okay. And I mean, yeah, I'm okay. Jason's okay. But there's 35 people and their families who are just not okay. And to say that we're beating COVID-19 when we have people burying their loved ones, it is insulting. It's an insult.
Maybe even more to the point, people who can't bury their loved ones.
Yeah. And how do you do it? You don't say we're beating COVID-19. I get it that it's an election year and you want to get the W on this, but I just don't think this is something that you could get the W on. Anyway, so we'll play the governor's message. Yeah, this whole response, I don't even know anymore, guys. But I'm excited because we're starting a show on Monday. Rosemary LaGuardia had a comment here. What's the show going to be called on Monday? It's going to be called The Link. Yeah, it's going to be called The Link, right?
Big branding change.
Yeah, so thank you guys. Facebook Live, thank you guys so much for joining us. So we're also in the breeze.
Yeah. We got a bunch of birthday shout-outs to do and everything, but yeah, we this is like the big story for this morning. So
yeah.
And you know what, Link fam, let us know what you think of this video. Like right now, again, opinions have varied on this. Some people very...
I think what it is, bro,
passionately against it, but we want to know. So please put in comments as you watch this video what you think of Operation Homebound.
And I think it's a case of Edzegi-Natmo, and the people feel. I was talking to someone yesterday, and this person is not a political person. They're just a regular person. And we were talking about the election, and I was asking this person, "Hey, what do you think though? What do people think out there of just, I guess, the administration?" And what this person said was, she feels like people think that the governor and the lieutenant governor are so disconnected from our reality that they just have no clue. And I think that a lot of people feel that way because of these videos that come out. First of all, it's like we're your people, and the only way you talk to us is you send a video. It's a little, I don't know, childish, I think. I think we deserve better, right?
See, wait, real quick.
And so when we talk about the disconnect, when she's coming out saying, "Oh, we're beating COVID," but we're not, it's just like, huh? You know what I mean? When they're focusing on things like giving raises to everybody when people out here in the private sector, I mean, when's the last time you guys got a raise? You know what I'm saying? It's just creating this double standard. And each little thing that happens, whether it's a contractor's licensing board scandal, whether it's an above-step recruitment of a deputy director, cabinet member, each one of these little instances throws a little more gas on this fire that's already been burning because of this pandemic. And that's where I think people are at now. I don't know how. I think the administration got really comfortable with this distance, right? So they're like still distancing in terms of how they talk to the people of Guam, which is, I mean, largely through Zoom, right? The press conferences, kind of few and far between. And when they do have one, it's like they don't want to talk about COVID. They're just like, we're only talking about this, guys. So that's where I think people are at. They're very disappointed and disgruntled. And, I mean, maybe it's different. You guys tell me. Put it in the comments. Give us a call here. Maybe you're happy with the way things are. But I think the bar is definitely pretty low. So we're going to go ahead and play this message from the governor again. It's a COVID-19 special address Jason released last night. Yep. And it's Governor Lulian Guerrero right here on the link. Good morning.
Half a day. As we near the second year mark since this god-awful virus invaded our lives, it's important for us all to take a moment and simply breathe. Take stock of the hurdles you have overcome. Take time to feel the gratitude that gives purpose to our lives. As we recalibrate ourselves, we also take time to recognize the terrible toll our island has suffered. This week, Guam's COVID-related deaths surpassed 300, and it is a moral imperative for us to give meaning to these monumental losses. We join our community in mourning those we have loved and lost in this precarious time. Manamku who had lived full, fruit-bearing lives, change makers in the middle of their journeys, young dreamers with the world ahead of them. With determination to save more lives and balance our initiatives to rebuild Guam, we decisively met this Omicron-driven surge with the support of all the health interventions available to us that are trusted and proven at preserving life. Since January, we have performed more than 70,000 tests with an average of nearly 2,000 per day. Despite the national shortage, we continue placing orders for more test kits and have focused our efforts on a targeted approach. Beginning today, Public Health has partnered with Joint Task Force 671 of the Guam National Guard to directly target the virus and protect at-risk communities from reaching concerning levels of transmission as part of Operation Homebound. 3 teams consisting of a healthcare worker, combat medic, and interpreters have been mobilized to conduct home testing, vaccinations, and health assessments in communities of concern and underserved communities across our island. Social workers will also be present to increase awareness and offer assistance in applying for Medicaid and Medicare insurance and welfare housing and nutrition programs. These joint efforts are another tool added to Guam's COVID Defense Kit. Beyond reaching out directly to underserved people, this mobile track, test, and treatment teams will help us better understand the health trends in populations that are unaware of the severe symptoms that could lead to a hospital trip or worse. We know our health interventions are working. Masks help prevent spread of the virus. Vaccines and boosters help prevent severe illness, hospitalization, and death. While COVID's impacts have varied, it has been our commitment to wearing masks, washing our hands, and watching our distance, and getting vaccinated and boosted. That has made the greatest positive impact in securing our path forward. Public health experts tell us we are starting to see the end stage of the pandemic, and at a recent meeting of the nation's governors, the consensus was that hope remains. We are beating COVID-19 and building a better future for us all. Guam is getting through this, and for doing your part, we cannot thank you enough.
Be a nurse, physician, perhaps, nurse's assistant. So a dedicated healthcare worker, a combat medic, someone obviously with like military training and expertise in being able to rapidly respond and triage and diagnose afflictions in the field. And then interpreters, because they said, obviously with Operation Homebound, they are reaching out to those pockets of the community that for whatever reason, testing, vaccination, the messaging either has not effectively reached or has not sufficiently motivated certain members of the community to do what we can, to get your shot, to be tested, to know your status, whatnot. So again, we want to know how you guys feel about this. Chris is actually looking at the comments right now, and we'll read your comments very shortly. But I want to get you up to speed on what the JIC numbers were last night, the Joint Information Center, of course. But another pair of fatalities, 2 of them. Such heartbreaking news. We have to read this kind of thing every day. Last night, the death toll now on Guam since March 15th of 2020 when the pandemic officially began on Guam, now 305. The 304th fatality was a 48-year-old man pronounced dead on arrival at GRMC yesterday. His vaccination status was unknown, and he did have underlying health conditions. The 305th virus-related death was at GMH also yesterday. That was a 61-year-old vaccinated man who did have underlying health conditions. Yesterday, 622 new cases of COVID were confirmed out of a total sample set. The number of tests gathered, again, from the public health sites, that's at the 2 regional healthcare clinics, that's at the Teason site, the various private clinics on Guam. 2,437 tests were gathered on February 9th. 622 cases, as I said, were confirmed. That's a test positivity rate of about 28%. So at least for today, it's vacillated and gone up and down. As far as last night, the test positivity rate went down a little bit. 76 of those cases out of 622 were from the DOD. There were also 45 student cases confirmed from the Guam Department of Education last night, and also 14 new cases involving staffers at the agency. The hospitalization rate, remember, Chris and I were talking about that yesterday, or this morning. Yesterday's hospitalization number, alarming, up to 54. Today, it is at 50. 29 people are at GMH, 19 are at GRMC, and 2 people are at Naval Hospital over in Agana Heights. Of those patients, 6 are in the ICU, half of those being on ventilators. 6,505 of your fellow Guamanians are in isolation this morning due to the virus. All right, with the rest of this morning's headlines, let's go back to the newsroom. Isaiah Uggan is standing by, and he has your link update, sponsored, of course, as always, and brought to you by our friends at Pacific Points.
It is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Hafide, good morning, everyone. Guahusia Isaiah Uggan with your link news update. There will be no pay raises for almost everyone on GPA and GWA's management teams. The CCU held a special meeting Thursday to discuss the potential salary adjustments and decided this was not the right time for them. KUAM's Nessa Lecanto has more.
All of the management team members were previously evaluated and received satisfactory ratings or better, but only GPA CFO John Kim will get a raise to $141,919. This brings him up to the minimum 20th percentile of the adopted pay scale and puts him on par with the others on the executive team. The CCU chose not to take action on the rest. Commissioner Simon Sanchez was the lone dissenting vote on the Kim pay raise.
All of our employees are deserving of recognition. The problem is the timing of it.
He says not while thousands in the private sector are still out of work and businesses are just trying to survive.
So you got 800 companies that are still not making what they were They're not even at 50% of pre-COVID. That's why they need the help from the LEAP program. The private sector is struggling to stay open, is struggling to pay their employees.
But CCU Chairman Joey Dueña says he would have voted yes on all the pay raises.
I'm going to tell you, when you find homegrown employees like what we found, we were lucky right now to have the people we have. We're very lucky. GWA had 3 general managers before we finally settled on Miguel Bordallo. And Miguel Bordallo is the longest serving general manager that we've had to date. He's the only one that really pulled us together and got us to where we're at, where we're now negotiating a consent decree to take us into the next phase. Commissioner Sanchez, I appreciate you speaking your mind. I also need to speak my mind.
The CCU has oversight over the budget and operations of GPA and GWA, which are autonomous agencies funded by local ratepayers. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
G4S Security Systems responds to the Office of Public Accountability's recent decision dismissing their appeal. KUAM Salamatanani reports.
The decision from the Office of Public Accountability has been issued, but G4S is still left with one major question unanswered. The company filed an appeal with the OPA involving the Department of Education's decision to award a contract to competing bidder Technologies for Tomorrow, or TFT. The security company also filed a complaint with the Guam Contractors Licensing Board, arguing that TFT lacked the required contractor's license, and emailed a draft findings and decisions to the executive director, Cecile Buddy Orsini, who signed off on the document without the presence of other CLB board members. Orsini has since resigned. Public Auditor B.J. Cruz addressed issues of alleged fraud committed by the former executive director, but G4S says he failed to address the issue raised about TFT not having the legally required license. In a press release, they stated that they are, quote, disappointed that the public auditor has declined to directly address an important question affecting government contracts in Guam based on another party's conduct in a completely unrelated matter. The public auditor declined to comment on the issue, but Guam Contractors Association President James Martinez says it's instances like these that shed light on the fact that Guam procurement laws are scattered.
Folks have been looking at it for, gosh, the past many years, but it's a huge animal that we just got to put together and make it work for everybody so we don't have problems like this in the future. I think the question is, do you need to get that license prior to submitting a bid? You know, otherwise, if you're not awarded the bid, then nothing to worry about. You just pack up and go home.
G4S asserts that the OPA's decision means there is a lack of clarity for government agencies, interested bidders, and the Guam community on an important issue of public procurement moving forward. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
The OPA is also teeing off on an emergency procurement appeal involving golf carts, and Guam Auto Spot is out of the rough after an appeal filed by a losing offerer, Turfco, is denied. Although the OPA found that the General Services Agency failed to notify bidders of a substantial change to the bid and called the change unacceptable, Public Auditor B.J. Cruz ruled it was not against the law. Cruz also noted that although there was no determination of emergency need made for the bid, testimony given during the appeal hearing by Public Health and Homeland Security supplemented this deficiency. According to the OPA decision, the golf carts were used for vaccination and testing clinics and were purchased after golf carts Public Health had borrowed had to be returned. And over in the CNMI, the public auditor surveyed 541 government employees. 21% of respondents say that went to receive ethics training. 75% of survey respondents also noted that they agree that they have the tools and training to do their jobs efficiently. 154 of those surveyed listed the following areas that they believe should be investigated: misuse of government vehicles, substance allowance of legislative members, equal opportunity education, misconduct in the office, potential abuse of federal funds, misuse of government time, concerns over falsifying information with regards to federal programs, unfair hiring practices, and abuse of authority. The CNMI OPA plans to use the results of the survey for audit planning. You still can't file an ethics complaint against a public official, but the Guam Ethics Commission has finally secured the McDonald Law Firm as its legal counsel. Executive Director Jesse Kanga confirms Attorney Joe McDonald, a former legal counsel for the port, will present complaint procedures to the commission for endorsement. Kanga adds several members of the public who wanted to make complaints were turned away because the commission hasn't adopted a formal complaint process. He doesn't have a timeline when they will be finalized, but will publicize them after he receives direction from the commission. The governor vetoed a bill passed by lawmakers that was recommended by the Guam Election Commission. Among the proposed changes, Bill 173 would have eliminated the need for a primary election in certain circumstances. The governor vetoed the measure for several reasons, citing its unintended impacts on existing election laws. She recommended the legislature be more deliberate to avoid inadvertent issues. The governor, meanwhile, signed Bill 174 relating to election-related timelines and voter registration, and Bill 185 transferring land to Guam EPA to build a new headquarters. Today is the deadline to apply for the Homeowners Assistance Fund program. The AARP-funded initiative helps owners who've been struggling or on the brink of foreclosure as a result of the financial pressure from the pandemic. During today's OHAP meeting, Guam Housing Corporation's Audrey Taposnia said that as of 10 o'clock this morning, they've received 850 pre-applications, with staff completing the review of 550.
So letters have gone out to these homeowners. Out of the 550, 490 were determined pre-eligible, and then 60 was determined ineligible. And right now, we do have, out of the 490, 20 homeowners have already completed all their documentation, and they've deemed qualified.
The first batch of payments is expected to be issued to qualified applicants by the end of the month. Some $13.5 million is available for those who need help with their mortgage, utility, and property tax payments. Up to $15,000 will be available to prevent foreclosures for those who've experienced financial hardship since January of 2020. The deadline to apply is 5 p.m. this afternoon. Go to doa.guam.gov for more information. The death toll continues to rise, with another 4 COVID-related deaths reported last night by the Joint Information Center. The climbing casualties and hospitalizations has public health proceeding with caution. KUAM's Daniel Perez reports on the latest COVID-19 trends for 2022.
According to Public Health, from January 1st to February 8th, the COVID-19 positivity rate on island remains at about 35%, despite the decrease in testing, likely due to only symptomatics and high-risk individuals being tested. The agency is averaging 600 cases per day. The main age groups driving the surge are now the 18 to 39 and 12 to 17 age group, followed by all other age groups merging, suggesting household and family spread. Public Health Territorial Epidemiologist Dr. Ann Pabutsky says they're eyeing hospitalizations very closely.
Cases of increases, we're seeing an increase in hospitalizations. There's also an increase in the ICUs. It's getting close to concerning, but the hospitals haven't reported that this is overwhelming them yet.
Also concerning is the climbing number of COVID-related fatalities. This year alone, there have been 33.
We've seen an increase in COVID-19 related deaths, particularly the dead on arrivals. 60% of the cases from January 1st to the present time have been dead on arrivals.
A lot of the DOAs recently have been elderly. Public Health urges island manumcos to take extra precaution during the surge, and if they feel symptoms, to get tested right away and to consult with their doctors to see if they qualify for either the Paxlovid or molnupiravir antiviral pills. Another treatment effective against Omicron is currently unavailable on island, and that's Trovimab. KUAM asked Public Health Interim Chief Medical Officer Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero if he believes hospitalizations will rise due to the absence of the MAB therapy.
Theoretically, that's probably true. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't really predict. I think we can somewhat blunt that response by, if people are sick, be checked, and then if they qualify, they can try the antiviral, and the antiviral may blunt that response of hospitalizations if it's used early enough.
As we reported, Public Health ordered 192 doses of Sotrovimab. When it will arrive remains to be seen. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.
Depression and anxiety are at an all-time high, and the mental health toll during this pandemic can be so overwhelming, leading to loss of life. Tomas Nglotnia sits down with family members who recall some of their darkest times and hope that others know that they are not alone.
Jay was 32 years old, Nathan, 25, Chris, 23, Jason, 22. Justine was 18 years old.
None of them left any kind of message as to, to give any kind of reason. So all of them left completed suicide without leaving any kind of note.
Trisha Tenorio still remembers the joy and hope each of her family members brought into her life, even during what she learned was some of the darkest times.
We're still going through it, but we're learning to talk about it and share that hurtful experience of the unknown and the unexpected.
That time-stopping feeling is familiar to Miriam, who lost 3 family members to suicide.
The hurt and the pain is always going to be there, but I think talking about it and letting people know that to reach out, you know, if you're feeling something, something's hurting, something's broken, there's always someone there that cares about you.
She says everyone faces silent battles, but they don't have to do it alone. It's something Senator Tony Atta, who's also a veteran, has seen and felt deeply. He's only recently decided to share his story.
I lost my brother to suicide 44 years ago, and it's still like fresh in my memory. We need to get the word out there. We need to help our people, continue to get them the help that they need so that they be able to, work it out, talk it out, and save their loved ones from the hurt and the pain that we feel.
Anxiety and depression are at an all-time high nationwide, driven by the pandemic isolation that both suffocates the virus and kept many people at a distance, with great costs to social, emotional, and mental well-being.
It's very important that we address this situation in a more positive light. We need to talk about it.
It's Marie Holleran's life mission to heal our community. She's a registered nurse leading LifeWorks Guam and Rainbows for All Children, hearing firsthand the gravity of the grief. She says the island's Manamco have been especially hit hard in this pandemic.
Their children, they don't like to visit them because they're afraid that they might bring the virus or COVID-19 or something. So they're left behind, and it's so sad. They feel abandoned, and I think we need to think about that.
She says it's more critical than ever to maintain our relationships, even if at a distance. Tomas Manglotnia for KUAM News.
Tonight, Tomas will continue to explore the mental health impact of COVID on Guam. But for those of you who are watching and need someone to talk to, here's the phone numbers of hotlines you can call. For Guam, call 671-647-8833 through 4. For the CNMI, the number to call is 670-284-0843. Again, you are not alone. Meanwhile, to support teenagers dealing with stress and anxiety, the West Care Pacific Islands Malik Na Ha'ani or Brighter Futures program will host a free virtual workshop today. Clinical Director Beverlyn Coleman.
It's really going to talk about helping teens cope and talking about stress factors and signs of stress, anxiety, those kinds of things. And you can register by going on our website, which is www.westcarepacificislands.org under the events tab, and then you can register and attend for next Friday.
The free workshop is scheduled for 5 p.m. tonight via Zoom. It is made possible by the Leadership Collaborative Grant under Manelu. For more news, go to KUAM.com.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
All right, thank you so much, Isaiah, for that link update. In our next story, Relay for Life Guam's theme in 2022 is Island Strong.
It's to recognize community events that have continued to support and honor cancer survivors in their community during the global pandemic and as the world begins to reopen to gatherings.
Last year, the Guam chapter of the American Cancer Society broke down the annual Relay for Life into multiple events and campaigns. Our local chapter held a survivor drive-in wave at Teasan High School, luminaria ceremony at the Father Duenas Memorial School Phoenix Center, and village displays sponsored by the Mayor's Council of Guam. KUAM also partnered with the ACS to feature team profiles on our TV stations and social media platforms.
So they were able to put that together, and with the help of that local affiliate, they actually aired those during prime time in the month of October. So what a great opportunity for that promotion and recognition. And again, congratulations to the Relay for Life of Guam.
Joshua Paulino is the lead volunteer for Hawaii and Guam.
Our theme this year was Island Strong, and us receiving this award really shows that our island is strong. Cancer affects everybody. I mean, everybody has been touched by cancer in one way or another, and we want our survivors to know that they're not in this alone, that the community is here to support them.
From all of us here at KUAM, congratulations to the Guam chapter of American Cancer Society. For Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
All right, congratulations. Great story there, Tyler. And in our next report, Hannah Devonzo talks with public safety officials to see if the two bomb threats called in this week at the ITC building in Tamuning and PDM building in Hagåtña are related.
While the Guam Police Department and Guam Homeland Security Office of Civil Defense cannot confirm if they're connected, both threats were called into 911 around 8 a.m. this week. Public Information Officer for Guam Homeland Security Office of Civil Defense, Jenna Gamindi Blas.
For the DNA bomb threat that was made today, the call was made to 911 dispatch and routed through GHS OCD. Same thing with the ITC, the call was made to dispatch.
In addition, the threats were made to the top floors.
The reports we received for ITC, the threat was made that it was located in the 9th floor. And then for the DNA building, the threat was made that it was located on the 10th floor.
According to Blas, bomb threats are not out of the ordinary on Guam and are taken very seriously by Guam Homeland Security, along with GPD, who is investigating the recent threats. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Hannah Devonzo.
Super Bowl Sunday is just 4 days away. Security measures have kicked into high gear. CBS's Carter Evans got a behind-the-scenes look at the preparation.
With eyes wide open from the air and even the ocean, security for the Super Bowl is so tight it extends for miles. Customs and Border Protection agents took us aboard this Black Hawk looking for suspicious activity.
When you're in the air here, what are you looking for?
Any unusual movement of people that just seems suspicious or odd.
One of the challenges of protecting SoFi Stadium is that it's only a couple of miles away from LAX, and that means there is a lot of traffic in the sky.
And while workers prepare for the game inside the stadium, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas met us for an exclusive one-on-one. Give me an idea of the scope of the security operation here.
We in the Department of Homeland Security dedicate more than 500 people to the effort. It's a remarkable program. More than 2,000 people working 24/7.
You want to see and be seen.
Correct. This is quite a large, impressive, loud helicopter. So part of our operation also is to deter any nefarious activity.
From the ocean, the ports of LA and Long Beach are huge potential targets, and CBP agents are ready with high-speed boats. Then there's Randall Hill, a former NFL wide receiver turned defender. You used to catch balls, now you catch criminals.
Absolutely. I think it's harder to catch the criminals.
That's Federal Agent Hill, now tracking down counterfeiters. We're talking about a lot of money.
You're talking about well in excess of $100 million. So, it affects not just the game itself, but it affects the communities too.
Along with tight security, there are strict COVID protocols here at the stadium. Every fan has to show proof of vaccination or a negative test. Now, there is some testing here at the stadium, but get a positive result, and you're out of the game, no matter how much that ticket costs. Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And Dave Delgado has everything you need to know on this Sports Link.
Sports Link is brought to you by Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape.
Ukadu High School is now 1-1 in the ESA League. The Bulldogs defeated Southern High 3-2 at the JFK Field. Brian Ignacio with Ukadu's first goal. The Bulldogs ended the first half tied at 2. Isaiah Charfris chases down the long pass, taking it off one bounce. Charfris with the footwork to get by two defenders. Isaiah takes the contact and keeps dribbling towards the goal. Light finish with the right foot. Southern's Cody Pangilinan and Trevin Rioja scored for the Dolphins. Zaven Piolo scored the last goal in the second half for Ukadu. The Bulldogs hit the field Wednesday to face GW at home. Kickoff set for 6:30. JFK sits in first in the standings. Ukadu second. Southern High is in third place. Purebred BJJ Guam black belt and professional female fighter Brogan Walker who sports a 7-2 record, has been selected to participate in the Ultimate Fighter 30 Pena vs. Nunes, a show that will feature a cast of 16 athletes in the men's heavyweight and women's flyweight divisions for a chance to pursue their UFC dreams. The Ultimate Fighter 30 is set to air May 3rd on ESPN Plus and UFC Fight Pass. Brogan Walker's mixed martial arts career began in October of 2014, where she fought in the locally coordinated Pacific Extreme Combat events. Her record was 4-0 in the PXC, and in July of 2018, she went on to fight in Invicta FC, an international all-women's fighting organization. She last competed in Invicta FC 44, where she won by submission via rear naked choke in the first round. Congratulations to Brogan. We look forward to seeing you on the show. Geckos and Dolphins taken to the FD Phoenix Center in the ESA IIAG Basketball League. Southern up 17-10 in the second quarter. GW playing the game with a few swing players filling in. Drew Sykes with the jumper at the free throw line, assisted by Alexa Roberto. Southern's Chloe Lopatin with her only basket of the game here. Geckos took the lead in the third quarter with under 4 minutes left. Free throws were clutch in the winding minutes. Esmeralda Samuel with the long two. Dolphins' Rayanne Sanel led her team with 15 points. Driving baseline shot off the backboard is good. Serena Opindo caught fire late in the game. Opindo with the last few scores for GW to close out the third quarter. Geckos with the slim lead heading into the final quarter. GW in the bonus to start the fourth. A pair of free throws put them ahead 35-29. The Dolphins also had some free trips to the charity stripe as the Geckos got into foul trouble. Alexa Roberto's back-to-back scores gave GW a 10-point lead. Jessica Naruhu put up 6 points for the Geckos. Naruhu with the pass to Carzina Alfonso to Roberto for the score. Geckos pick up the win 53-34. Alfonso led all scorers in the win with 16 points. Keeping with basketball news, the University of Guam Recreation Department launched its first ever co-ed club basketball team at the Lovin' Basketball Tournament, sponsored by the Micro Friends Basketball Organization. The Tridents club team had a successful start with 2 wins at the Vicente S.A. Benavente Middle School gym. UOG is the number 1 seed with the 2 wins and automatically goes to the championship game scheduled for Sunday. The Tridents will play the winner of the Imperials and Advocate game. All UOG games are recorded and posted on the Triton Athletics YouTube channel. Sharks visiting the Cougars in Agana for their ESA IIAG girls basketball game. 16-7 Academy lead. Oriana Sevilla with the corner 3. Ranafe Olette drives and dishes it off to Hannah Meinik with the no-look pass. Meinik going window for the finish. 22-10 Cougars lead. Sevilla with the pass to a wide-open Mia Titano, who makes the defense pay for not getting out. Olette finished the game with 13 points, helping herself to 2 right here off the backboard. The home team closed out the first quarter up 24-10. Sanchez started the second quarter on a 6-0 run. It didn't take long for the Cougars defense to lock in. Steal by Corey Paulino, who takes it to the rim for the finish. Academy went into halftime ahead 46-21. Meinik bringing the ball down court, passes it off to Jordan Zacharias for the bank shot. Coach Jimmy went deep into his bench, rotating his players early and often. Celine Siswico, 10 points in the fourth quarter. She finished the game with 12. Cougars went on to win 76-43. Mia Titano and Oriana Sevilla both hit for 15 points. Sevilla with 5 3-point shots in the game. Anika Almario chipped in with 8. Tori Rapadas had 7. The Cougars hit the court again on Saturday to face the JFK Islanders at home at 3 in the afternoon. Keeping with basketball news, UOG continues to strengthen their men's program by getting their team more time on the court. The Tritons picked up wins over Activate and Team Foe in the Lovin' Basketball Tournament played at the BMS gym. After barely having enough players to field a team in a previous tournament, UOG had a full squad of 14 players suit up this past weekend. The Tritons advanced to the winners bracket final on Sunday to play Team Micro Friends at 3 in the afternoon at the BMS gym. Simon Sanchez hosting Ukadu up in Jigo. Bulldogs player Pizzo Arachiro with the rebound and putback for 2 of his 6 points in the game. Sharks up 21-9 after the first. Jerfik Anu with the dime to Ralph Macaldo. Baskets good and the foul. Macaldo with 11 points. Sanchez held on to a 7-point lead at the break. Bulldogs player Cabrera with the pass from Jose Suarez. Cabrera with the baseline lay-in. He finished the game with 11 points. Moises Manalo with the steal gets the scoop shot to fall. The home team still leading 45-38 heading into the final quarter. Orachiro finds Suarez cutting to the rim. Basket and one for 3 the long way. Suarez put up 6 points for the Bulldogs. The Sharks barely holding on to the lead 45-42 with 6:48 left to play. Anu with the drive and finish. He hit the free throw attempt after getting the call. The home team got the win 58-49. Jerfik Anu led all scorers in the win with 19 points. Teammate Mark Beckbeck had 11. The general fitness competition hosted its first lift heavy and lift fast unofficial weightlifting meet, partner style, at the Guam Nico Hotel. 24 teams competed in 12 heats, going head-to-head in the performance division and fitness division.
We're trying to combine the two worlds of CrossFit and traditional weightlifting. We have our own spin to it where we're going to use partial CrossFit tests, 2 of which are called Grace, which is 30 clean and jerks for time, and then snatches, which is 30 snatches for time. Our final heat is going to be a max weightlifting. This is going to be more of the traditional Olympic weightlifting, where it's going to be focused on trying to hit the heaviest weights, and combined weight from male and female participants will be their scores for that event.
SportsLink is brought to you by Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape.
And now, as he always does, dutifully, each and every day, here's Uncle King Conception with your headlines for Guam.
Buenos updates to get something to sa morgan ni KUAM News. Presenta ni Familia Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank. Tada subido para kanatodi man maga si Guam Power Authority sa ni Guam Water Works Authority. Mamiting ang CCU gi Webes para madiskuti ko sina maahusta. Iso doon ni man magas to madisili na tiesti na tempo na para matsogo yadzo. Lo uno maapreba para masubi sa GPA Chief Financial Officer John Kim no resisibi pago 141 mit 919 pesos kada sakan. Kumahulo iso doon niya para mastak papa gi adzi mina 20 na percentile gi adopted pay scale sa sempi pareho sa ni otusiya gi timik sa Magic ni CCU para makonsidera ipamalo. Mas asunto, yung opisina ni Public Auditor sa makonsidera di appeal procurement no inambat ka golf cart siha. Iguam maros pa sa tayo problema esta. Ana marinunsya ito na appeal yung otro na mambibid na kompanya Turfco ni OPA. Masama soda ni OPA na General Services Agency kaya notifika pumalo siya ni man mambibid na guwate ni Laika giibid. Dahil like niya na unacceptable. Public Auditor BJ Cruz asangan na masama sa OBST ti probido ibidan niya. Anota lo si Cruz na masyati mandetermina na manisisita di emergency na bid presti na artikulo itestimonyo ganin Departamento ng Salud Publiko sa ni Homeland Security gi hearing appeal ano na suplika este na prenisiso. Segundo a desisyon ng OPA, golf cart siya sa manasasibi para binakuna dan para test clinic siya sa mamafahan nebo na cart siya na hindi manasasasbi para este na sebisyo sa mananalo tatigi dueno. YouTube na sunto gifinut sa moro para pago na business ni KUAM News. Masurvey 541 na empleo ni gobernamento ni CNMI sa 21% guihi man malago na forma training put ethics. 75% sa manota na manggayi rementa sa ni manisisita na training para matsogit sa tsuniya ni Emaulik. 144 guihi giman masurvey sa mapasalista hafa do porsi para maimbestiga. Inisang karita ni gobernamento, igaston sa lapi para nengkano para membro ni legislatura. Aji ti pareo na oportunidad edukasyon para todo, iti mafabor na kondukto ni opisina siya, isina man maabuso sa lapi federal, iti mafabor na ginastan tempo ni gobernamento, ikuman manan na ipubliko yung magahin informasyon por programang federal siya, iti balay na reglamento ng gansan nuevo na empleo, dyan yung abuso na autoridad. Yung OPA na opisina ni CNMI sa maplanen niya para manasabi resulto ni survey para plano ng audit. Para Guam News Network, Guausikin Conception. Yasuto ifinut sa moro sa presenta sa ninafakto ni Familia Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
We're giving away some Whoppers, courtesy our friends at Burger King with some. Oh, yeah, we're giving away 56.
Not just some
yes,
Whopper.
correct. For Super Bowl 56. So we'll go ahead and take the first three callers, 671-637-0094. We got a really easy Super Bowl trivia question for you, and you get a free Whopper from Burger King just like that. So call now, 671-637-0094. Quick break, and we're back with you. Winning Whoppers next on the link.
We want to see your football fan love in time for Valentine's Day and the big game on February 14th. KUAM News and KUAM Digital are rounding up and showcasing football lovers all over the island every day before the big game and giving one lucky fan and their loved ones the chance to win the ultimate game day Valentine's Bash at home. All you got to do is send an email to promotions@KUAM.com with the subject Love and Football, or tag and send a DM to the KUAM News page on Instagram. Make sure to include your name and contact info and your love and football story. Each and every submission will be entered to win a Game Day Love Fest at their home on Valentine's Day, including a brand new 65-inch 4K TV from Buddy's Home Furnishings, party platters from participating restaurants delivered by Uno Go, beverages and swag from Heineken and Soli, sweet treats, roses for your loved ones, and much more. One lucky winner will be announced on the air on February 11th. Some conditions apply. Winner must be a resident of Guam, must be 21 years or older, and must be available to be featured in a live shot from their home on Game Day, Monday, February 14th.
See KUAM.com for complete rules and regulations. Love and Football is presented by Uno Go and Buddy's Home Furnishings. Let us show you why Buddy's is better. Jamaican Grill, Yaman, together we can. Heaven Sent, the essence of all things beautiful. The Bottle Shack, Heineken and Stoli, enjoy responsibly. And CS Cafe.
New Spicy Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Hurts so good. With its spicy marinara and sliced red chilies. It's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds. How's it looking? Don't be bashful with the fiery flakes now. I want it to be real spicy.
I haven't started yet.
Okay, I'm ready. The new Spicy Lovers Pizza. Get it while it's hot. You want respect? Red chilies get you respect. Knowing our Pizza's the Hut.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutters, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
Some Super Bowl trivia. I have a living, breathing Super Bowl trivia master in the studio with me. With us. Jason.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Oh, man, can't wait to get to this. We are taking a look at the past 55 Super Bowls have produced some of the most memorable moments, both pop culture and athletic,
right,
in history.
On the pop culture side, though, I know a lot of people excited about this halftime show for Super Bowl 56, which we'll get to in a second here. I know someone who's really excited for it in the studio with us. Hi, Bree. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing all right.
Right on.
If you had to pick one of the Super Bowl performers, because we got Snoop, Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
If you could pick one and only one, who would you go with?
Probably Snoop.
Nice, good choice.
Yeah,
I would love to see Eminem.
But I do like
I would love to
Dre,
see
so.
Eminem perform live, but man, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to go against Mary.
Yeah.
She is stunning.
They're all great.
Yeah, let's go to the phones here. Ma'am, good morning. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
Morning. So what about that halftime show? It's Snoop Dogg, whose government name is Calvin Brodus.
There you go.
Dr. Dre.
Whose government name is Andre Harrell.
Thank you. Kendrick Lamar. Just Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, well, you got to check DMV for that one.
Yeah, Eminem.
Marshall Mathers.
Yes, and Mary J. Blige. Are you excited for the halftime show, first of all?
Oh, yes, I am.
Who are you looking forward to seeing?
I was started singing the California Love, and my daughter started singing it too.
Which part do you like
only
there?
3.
Oh, wow, you're learning them young, huh? I wonder if they're going to... It's tough because they all have so many songs, and then I think the halftime performance is like 12 or 13 minutes, so I'm thinking, how are they going to fit all of that?
I hope they don't do like a supercut, like a medley, because it's like, all right, we do like 20 seconds of like the really good song.
Yeah, well, you'll be lucky to get 20 seconds of it. So so you're looking forward to... Maybe you want to hear some... If California Love, I'm thinking you're a Dr. Dre fan?
Yeah.
What about the game, though? The Rams and the Bengals. Who are you...
There's a game?
There's a game.
I'm going for the Rams.
Rams, why, ma'am?
Speaking of California Love.
Do you have a reason?
Well, I'm actually San Francisco 49ers fan, but, they didn't make it, so I'm going for the Rams this year.
Wow.
Well, our condolences for the NFC Championship, man.
Yeah.
know.
And I know there's some Niners fans who are listening right now who are like, how dare you go for the Rams? Let me ask you this question then, ma'am. Do you know a lot about football or what?
No, not a lot.
Well, this one's pretty easy. And up for grabs, we have a Burger King Whopper for you. Which team holds the record of the most Super Bowl wins?
The most Super Bowl wins?
Yes. Do you want a hint?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just going to give you, but it's going to be a malfunction hint. Saki.
Saki?
Saki, that's the hint.
Saki. Who is that? Steelers?
Steelers!
Yay! And you know what? There's a lot of Steeler fans on Guam. There are a lot of people who fly the terrible towel.
And that's
on
because
Mondays.
That's because when they were winning, it was kind of like the heyday of
Mean
NFL.
Joe
Yeah.
Green,
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw.
Good job, ma'am. I feel like we should split this Whopper because I gave you such a good hint. You take the top half. What, ma'am? You saw Valentine's Day is also on Super Bowl. So, do you have a Valentine for Monday?
No, just watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, hey, guys, what's up?
You know what? You're going to watch a Super Bowl by yourself, nice and peaceful, and you're going to have a Whopper to yourself. Man, that's a party.
Yeah, that sounds like a good Valentine's Day to me.
If you're introverted and like me, right? Like I'm not watching a Super Bowl because I got to take care of my auntie, antisocial. So that's a great day.
Hey, you're dumb. Ma'am, what's your name?
Lizelle?
Lizelle, what's your last name if you don't mind me asking?
Mira.
Okay, so just come by KUAM and we'll give you your little coupon for your Whopper, okay?
Okay.
Thank you and congrats and good luck to you. Are you betting? Are you betting on the game?
Yes, I am.
How much you betting? Wow.
200.
200?
Wow.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
We got a professional here. She's not messing around. Good job,
big,
Lizelle.
man, betting big. Well, good luck, okay?
Wait, Lizelle, are you just betting win or lose, or are you going for like point spread or over under or what?
Actually, both.
Okay. Oh, she's good. She's good.
Wow. This is someone that we need to get here in the office.
Yeah. See, it's anybody can just place a bet, but if you hedge your bets, that's the key. So Lizelle, good job.
That's interesting. So you're a Niners fan, but now you're betting for the Rams, trying to make some money off the team that beat your team.
Yeah.
That's what I call business-minded. Well, congrats, Lizelle. Come by business hours and pick up your Whopper, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And happy Valentine's Day to you.
Thanks, you too.
Enjoy the game, Lizelle.
7:24. We're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and play.
And the Steelers actually have, Chris, do you know how many world championships do they have?
Jay, please enlighten me.
They have 5.
5.
Yeah.
Yes.
They, of course, won the 4 big Super Bowls in a span of 5 years when they had the steel curtain. That was in the 70s when we were kids. And then they went to the Super Bowl again, but they lost to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And then they redeemed themselves by winning in Jerome Bettis' stomping grounds when the only Super Bowl that's ever been played in Detroit.
Wow.
Because it's so cold there. You know, they always play in Miami, San Diego, you know.
I actually Googled these Super Bowl questions with the help of Tintin from the KUAM sales force. But actually, Jay is, like I said, he's a walking... Listen to what he just said.
When you don't go out and you don't, like, you know, talk to people, you know, you got a lot of time to Google.
7:25. Thank you, Burger King. We got another Whopper, so go ahead and call. Guys, you can just call, and we've got a million questions asked, so 671-637-0094. But wanted to play this little video I was able to catch with the guys at the gym here at Custom Fitness, talking about the Super Bowl and the teams that they're rooting for. So while you guys check this out in our Super Bowl pre-show, and then we'll get a winner for some Whoppers at 671-637-0094. This is the link. We're proudly brought to you by Pacific Points, Cabo Enterprises, IT&E, and Jack in the Box. Good morning.
Let's go Bengals. I'm actually red and gold, Niners all the way.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me go get my Kleenex real quick, bro.
Oh man, but you know I can never go for the Rams. So Bengals.
Never ever go for the Rams.
Never ever.
How bad do you want to see the Rams lose?
Pretty badly, man. I want them to get pretty embarrassed. I think the Rams have a better overall team, but I think it's just the Bengals' year.
Your hate is blinding you.
Yes.
I'm a Steeler fan, so go Rams.
Go Rams.
Yep. I can't go for the Bengals.
Why?
Because they're in the same division.
Yeah.
So they'll go with the enemy.
How about for the Bengals to win? What would they have to do?
They push hard to win. Like, they've always been the underdog, but they always find some way to pull through and win. So
sounds like you kind of respect the Bengals, though.
I do. You have to. Joe Burrow is he's come back from a knee injury that most people don't, and he's showing them that he can be in this league.
How about like in the animal world? In the animal world, if a Bengal and a Ram were to fight, who would win?
Oh man, you know, it depends. Most likely the Bengal would win, but sometimes the Ram will get lucky with their horns.
I'm going for the Bengals.
Why?
Because they have not been to the Super Bowl as many times as the Rams, and I like the underdogs.
I notice a lot of people in Guam are going for the Bengals because they're the underdogs.
I'm part of that demographic. When the underdog overcomes all the odds and wins, then it's that much more satisfying to me.
The Super Bowl is also on Valentine's Day.
Which means, what does that entail? What does that entail?
I think the Rams, though. It's home field, and it's going to be a great halftime show. So I think the Rams.
Did the Rams or the Bengals beat any of your teams on the way to the Super Bowl?
Sure did.
Would you care to elaborate?
No. Lost money. I'm good.
Bengals.
Bengals, why?
Because I like Tigers better.
Tigers are kind of like lions.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rams or Bengals?
Bengals.
Oh, wow. Why?
Underdog.
Underdog, yep. That's it?
That's it. Bengals.
How do you think they're going to win?
Probably by a field goal.
So there's not a lot of Rams and Bengals fans on Guam, but you still think this is going to be a killer game?
I think so. Super Bowl is always going to be a killer game. Can't wait for it.
What about the halftime show?
Yeah, excited for that one too.
What's your favorite halftime show?
Eminem. Yeah. Slim Shady.
What's your favorite Eminem song? Slim Shady.
Till I collapse.
Rams and Bengals?
Going for the Rams. Rams all the way.
Why?
Defense. It's all about defense, man. Defense wins championships.
Did any of your teams get beat by the Rams or the Bengals along the way?
No, thank God. Woo!
So who's your team?
So my team, man, I'm really bummed this year, but I think we're going to do good next year is the Seahawks.
Seahawks, God. This interview's over, bro.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm excited to watch because Eminem, maybe Kendrick, Snoop Dogg, probably Eminem's Without Me.
Without Me?
Yeah. All I know is the music video was like he was dressed up as like Robin,
I think.
Right. Is that the one that goes, na, 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 na?
Yeah, that one.
Na, 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 na.
Yeah.
What is it about Eminem as an artist do you think that sets him apart from those other guys?
Lyrics. His lyrics. It's different. It hits different. My mom used to have a CD when I was younger. So she would always play it in the car, and I had the little lyrics that came on the back of the CD, and I would just read that along as he sang. So that's the only reason. Yeah.
Wow. Your mom had an Eminem CD? You got a cool mom, bro. How's your mom?
Good. I think she would be excited to know that Eminem will be on the halftime show.
Man, it's gonna be lit. There's a lot of people playing, and all legends.
Eminem, Dre, Snoop D-O-double-G.
Yep.
Kendrick Lamar, Mary J.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Who's your favorite out of all those?
Probably actually Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Eminem. So out of those three, maybe Dr. Dre. They all have a lot of good songs where it's just gonna be anything they play, man, it's gonna be good.
Do you think people are looking forward to the halftime show maybe more than the game?
Some people, you'd be surprised, they are. Yeah.
I think the halftime show is really going to be good. And I have a prediction of who's going to perform first.
Okay.
It should be Eminem, then Kendrick Lamar.
Why the white guy got to go first, bro?
Because you got to save the best for last.
Ooh, okay. So Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, then who?
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, then the Queen of Soul, Mary J. Blige.
Wow. What song do you really want to hear from Dr. Dre?
The next episode, along with Snoop Dogg, of course.
There it is.
Because it got my name too.
Dre. Kendrick Lamar, dude, where does he fit in this lineup?
I'm glad that he's doing the halftime show because for a couple of his albums that I listened to, the lyrics really resonate with me, especially when Black Panther came out in 2018 and he did the album. And of course his other album, which I can't really say for the sake of the FCC, but Humble definitely resonated with me because
he's got a different style than Dre and Snoop and Eminem for sure, right?
Yeah, even though that he grew up around the West, even the Compton area, so he took some similarities from Snoop and Dre, made it his own, and thus makes Kendrick. Yeah.
Are you a Kendrick Lamar fan?
I have no idea who he is.
Okay, and I think that's it.
Is that the one that dated like one of the?
But I did the dramatic reading because I was like, hey, nobody's doing.
Is he one of the ones who dated one of the Kardashians? I mean, he probably is.
No, I don't think he's one.
Chris
of the
probably
ones.
dated one of the Kardashians
You're funny.
at some point.
Jay, actually, we were wrong on our first question. I got a couple calls here.
Okay, technically, it's not that we were wrong.
Okay.
Chris's hatred of Tom Brady is so next level that he actually willingly ignored the 6 world championships that the New England Patriots have won, which is the correct answer. But hey, we got 56 Whoppers to give away, so we're going to set up the people that actually called us. Chris is basically not recognizing the GOAT.
Don't worry, Lizelle, you're still good, okay? You're still good.
And as we said yesterday on our show, now we know the difference between a goat, a sheep, and a lamb, but we know Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Yeah, and actually, Jay, I got a lot of comments on that when I was going around. My friends at the Guam Election Commission told me to tell you that a lamb is a virgin sheep. Right? Is that what I texted you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
I thought it was young, but I mean, I guess same thing.
There you go. 7:33, quick break. We're back with a whole lot more, including our dramatic readings. Bree, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So it's you guys actually doing these. Would you consider like beatnik poets or Shakespearean? You guys are reading the lyrics of these amazing halftime performers and going like, masterpiece theater.
It's awesome, and it's coming up here. The 7:34 again, 671-637-0094 to win a Whopper from Burger King. Call now, It's The Link on a Friday, February 11th, 7:34. Good morning on you.
We want to see your football fan love in time for Valentine's Day and the big game on February 14th. KUAM News and KUAM Digital are rounding up and showcasing football lovers all over the island every day before the big game and giving one lucky fan and their loved ones the chance to win the ultimate game day Valentine's Bash at home. All you got to do is send an email to promotions@KUAM.com with the subject Love and Football, or tag and send a DM to the KUAM News page on Instagram. Make sure to include your name and contact info and your love and football story. Each and every submission will be entered to win a Game Day Love Fest at their home on Valentine's Day, including a brand new 65-inch 4K TV from Buddy's Home Furnishings, party platters from participating restaurants delivered by Uno Go, beverages and swag from Heineken and Stoli, sweet treats, roses for your loved ones, and much more. One lucky winner will be announced on the air on February 11th. Some conditions apply. Winner must be a resident of Guam, must be 21 years or older, and must be available to be featured in a live shot from their home on game day, Monday, February 14th.
See KUAM.com for complete rules and regulations. Love and Football is presented by Uno Go and Buddy's Home Furnishings. Let us show you why Buddy's is better. Jamaican Grill, Yaman, together we can. Heaven Sent, the essence of all things beautiful. The Bottle Shack, Heineken and Stoli, enjoy responsibly. And CS Cafe.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Thanks, Taco Bell!
Let us know what's up on our KUAM News WhatsApp tip line at 671-727-0094. Share information about what's happening in your town, on Guam or the CNMI, and what you want us to know. Reach us on WhatsApp at 671-727-0094.
Join Nestor Lacanto for virtual in-depth discussions with the movers and shakers in our community every Wednesday on In Full Zoom. Presented by IT&D and Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Beginning February 7th, The Link will be broadcast exclusively on Breeze 93.9 FM and live streamed on our Facebook and YouTube channels from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. weekday mornings. We're making way for some exciting changes to our KUAM News lineup, so stay tuned.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage. With generations of Filipinos calling Guam home, KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lacanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC and the Medical City, where patients are partners.
The Culture Club returns to KUAM Digital and KUAM News Weekend Edition, highlighting Guam's young artists, activists, and crafters as they work to protect, preserve, and promote our Tomoto culture. Watch this weekly feature on the digital platforms of KUAM News Weekend Edition, brought to you by Hanum, the freshest bottled water made in Guam.
Buenas Sanhafadi. Part of taking care of yourself is participating in cancer screening. Make it a point to see your doctor at least once a year for an annual visit to discuss your risk and to determine which tests are right for you. Many tests are free or covered by insurance, and there may be programs to help those who don't have insurance. Cancer screening can save your life. There are screening tests that can catch cancer early when it may be easier to treat. So learn more at cancer.org/getscreened.
Here on Breeze 93.9 FM.
Hey, good morning, 7:39.
Oh, you know what? We have a brand new listener. A member of the Link fam has been indoctrinated. You're in the club. Charles Santos comments on Facebook. You all are doing such a great job and gives us a thumbs up emoji. Love waking up to you guys. My first time listening and watching you guys on KUM. Thank you, Charles.
Oh, wow, Charles.
You picked a great day to come in.
You sure did. We're not doing anything today. Good day. It's Friday.
We got 55 more Whoppers to give away. So wait, how many were you giving away for that little we don't recognize Tom Brady thing?
Yeah, we're down a little bit. We did have some callers call in during a break. Thank you guys so much. Again, 671-637-0094. Just go ahead and call. We'll win you a Whopper. We got some very easy Super Bowl NFL trivia questions.
Well, mine are a little bit deep. I mean, mine aren't completely, totally hardcore, but mine are, I'm going to test your football savvy. I want to test your pigskin knowledge, your gridiron greatness.
We had an awesome promo loving football here. We wanted to see your football fan love in time for Valentine's Day and the big game, of course, on the stations of KUAM on Monday. And so we rounded up and showcased football lovers all over the island every day before the big game. We're giving one lucky fan and their loved ones a chance to win the ultimate game day Valentine's Bash at home. Some really awesome prizes here, including a brand new 65-inch 4K TV from Buddy's Home Furnishings.
Wow.
Party platters from participating restaurants delivered by Uno Go, beverages and swag from Heineken and Stoli, sweet treats, and yes, roses for your loved ones, and a whole lot more. So, guys, to find out if you won and you entered, all you got to do is tune in. Okay, we're going to be announcing the winner on Prime Time, KUAM News Prime Time tonight. Awesome.
Exciting stuff, and that's some pretty good prizes.
That's pretty amazing.
A 4K television? I didn't even know they make 4K television.
Yeah.
What does that do? Is that like
it's
4,000?
That means when you watch. What? Okay.
That means when you watch the Super Bowl.
Television? What? Yeah.
You watch Super Bowl, you can reach in and pat the dude on the butt.
Okay, now.
Hey, good play.
The scientific term for that is when you watch Netflix, it's going to look cherry.
That's it. So we'll be announcing that on Prime Time. And thank you, everybody, for all of your entries. And Rosemary LaGuardia, good morning, and thank you. Bev Test, Jay saw his comments. I had to take a screenshot of the four of you because Monday will be a new show.
Although we've come to the end, but not quite.
It's going to be...
Boyz II Men not playing in the Super Bowl, which is unfortunate. I would also like to say, if any of the Super Bowl performers should feel under the weather, maybe if they test positive, can you please put Outkast in?
Yeah,
please, I would love to see Outkast.
I'm pretty sure they could do that last minute like that, Jay. 7:42. Good morning.
He doesn't mind if we just, end right now.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Hey, 671-637-0094. Tomas and Ty were able to go check out our girl Kimmy at the Bottle Shack for some Super Bowl cocktails, guys. It's a great little video for our Facebook live audience. Hey, remember, we're not only on Facebook Live, Jay.
We're on YouTube Live and we are on Twitter Live. So
yes.
We have branched out. Come on in, everybody. The water's fine.
Yep.
Come, children.
It's warm.
Yeah.
You're going to miss him, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to miss you, Jay.
For all of about 5 minutes.
No, I'm going to miss just like letting you talk because sometimes you can talk and you can just keep going.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss the quirky, Jason Salas crowing like a chicken stuff.
Bev Test J. Salas was saying right off the top of the show, she goes, Jason, how's your Link luncheon plans? We have Korean barbecue coming, you guys. Also, Bree beat me to the punch because Sabrina has not only joined us this morning, she's also furnished us with what were 6 cupcakes?
Yeah. Down to 5. It's like looking like our Whopper count.
Those look lovely.
It's coconut almond and taro.
Wow.
Ooh, taro, purple taro.
Yeah, purple taro.
Yeah.
Okay, shotgun one of the coconut ones.
Okay,
but I got Kalbi beef coming. Joser's loving it because all it is just meat and rice. And
I got Denancy.
And Mrs. DJ Joser also to join in the celebration because she's a member of the extended Link fam too. She made pancit with pork, right, sir? Ooh,
wow.
Nice. Which one is that, sir?
Your favorite.
Favorite. I got it. I love
what
pancit
kind of
with pork.
My favorite too. Veggies.
Yeah,
no veggies.
7:44. So yeah, guys, it's a little early to pop open a cocktail, but I'm thirsty, and
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It sure is. And so here we go. Pre-game cocktails here with the KUAM team for the big Super Bowl 56. Good morning.
Tyler Matsinati here, Tomas Minglonia, and our favorite Miss Kimmy Gogui, here to give you guys some awesome, easy recipes that you can make at home just in time for the Super Bowl. So whether you're into football or whether you're into the good food and drinks and the halftime show, this is for you, and it's really simple. And Kimmy, what have we got going on today? Because we have a bunch of different things all over the spectrum: sweet, salty, spicy.
No shortage of options for Super Bowl.
No, definitely not. So I wanted to start you guys easy. I mean, what time does Super Bowl start? Like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. pregame?
It's gonna be a long day.
So the first is a Chew High. It's only 3% alcohol. The flavors are grape and white grape. So let's start.
Tyler Matsinati here, Tomas Minglonia, and our favorite Miss Kimmy Gogui, here to give you guys some awesome, easy recipes that you can make at home just in time for the Super Bowl. So whether you're into football or whether you're into the good food and drinks and the halftime show, this is for you, and it's really simple. And Kimmy, what have we got going on today? Because we have a bunch of different things all over the spectrum: sweet, salty, spicy.
No shortage of options for Super Bowl.
No, definitely not. So I wanted to start you guys easy. I mean, what time does Super Bowl start? Like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. pregame?
It's gonna be a long day.
So the first is a Chew High. It's only 3% alcohol. The flavors are grape and white grape. So let's start that off. So you can literally open it up, drink it out of the can, be a little fancy, put it in a cup. This is for you, sir. This is for you, ma'am.
Love anything grape flavored.
It's real easy. It's similar to seltzer, but better.
Frater, cheers.
So delicious.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers. We're already into this.
Really refreshing.
Yeah, and it's only 3% alcohol, so it's really, you can drink more than one of these and still have a great day.
It's like a sparkling grape juice.
It'll keep you going all throughout the day.
Yeah.
Nothing, not too strong.
Yeah. So, and then we can move on to a coffee-based drink. So this is Ryan's Irish-style cream liqueur. So basically, coffee, throw this in, it makes it even better.
And you did say it starts early in the morning, so
yeah,
it's a
so
nice little kickstart.
this is what you
day.
start with. So
well, and also you don't need to do it in a French press if you don't have one, right?
Yeah, you can just do drip coffee. You can do. So we can measure what we want to pour, or we can just eyeball.
No,
it.
we're eyeballing.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that.
Yeah.
Then we just need to stir it up a bit.
Oh, there's whipped cream.
And just a little whipped cream. You don't have to. Enjoy. You like it? Oh, I think you do.
Yeah, it is good.
Okay, great. Now let's start with usually we do a whiskey highball, just bourbon and club soda, ginger ale, whatever you want. Today we're gonna do a rye ball. So the difference between bourbon and rye is rye has a bit of a spicier kick. So if you're not loving the vanilla, the caramel that you taste in a bourbon, then try any type of rye. Right now we have Jim Beam rye, which is a prohibition style rye. So what they used to make in the 1920s, 100 years ago. But we're gonna do one with club soda and one with ginger ale. The great thing about highballs is that it's something for those that wanna get into whiskey and just are a little intimidated by it. Club soda kind of, you know, lets it not be such a harsh flavor if you're not used to the strength of a whiskey. This is one of my favorite ryes. We can measure, or we can just do like a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. A little bit of that. So I'm just gonna hand this to you with your citrus to squeeze in.
Those are the world's longest. What are those? Tweezers? Tongs?
And I'll hand that to you with your citrus to squeeze in, and then enjoy.
Cheers.
So we call that a rye ball instead of a highball.
I do like this. This is really nice. It's not greasy or anything like I was expecting.
Yeah. So don't get misled by when we say spicy. It's more like a black pepper, milder flavor than that full like bourbon, vanilla, caramel flavor.
Yeah,
Might also help that I had ginger ale in it.
Yeah, no, the ginger ale really does complement the flavor as well.
So.
Well, really refreshing.
Okay, and then what is any Super Bowl party without a Bloody Mary. So, a Bloody Mary is vodka based. A Bloody Maria is tequila based. So we are gonna try it with our new tequila called Ghost Tequila.
I've seen this. I've always been a bit intimidated by it because when you see ghost, it's like, oh my gosh, ghost pepper.
No, it's a very good spice. Like, it's not overpowering and it's just good. So 3 count, 4 count, whatever.
Bloody Mary, I just think it's all right. The breakfast to really kickstart your day.
Yeah, after
It
the coffee.
is.
After
Yeah,
the coffee.
after the coffee.
So because we're using Ghost Tequila, I decided to use original V8 versus spicy V8. Just a little bit of V8. You know, the great thing about a Bloody Mary or a Bloody Maria is it's basically whatever you want. So you can put some Worcestershire in.
Wow.
You can put some black pepper in.
Girl, you barbecuing over here?
Stir it up a bit, right?
Okay.
Make sure that Ghost Tequila gets throughout the entire cocktail. Add some olives. And then, of course, no Bloody Mary or Bloody Maria is complete without this beautiful celery garnish.
Well, it looks
Nice.
gorgeous.
And this can be your first time meeting Maria.
I
so.
will admit I'm a bit nervous about it. I've never tried a Bloody Maria, and I've never had the Ghost Tequila, so
yeah, it's
bottoms
amazing.
up.
Oh, someone is a fan.
It's actually very light.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think it's the tomato juice really cuts whatever fear I had in going on.
Yeah. I don't know what you had. You had nothing to fear, girl.
Yeah.
So Bloody Mary, Bloody Maria, same concept, just one's with vodka and one is with tequila. Now, I always have to end the segment with a sparkling wine cocktail. We're doing a different take today, so we'll do Omni Sparkling. So basically, a lot of people have the question of what's the difference between a champagne and a sparkling wine. Now, all champagnes are sparkling wines, but the only way to be called a champagne is to be from the Champagne region of France. So, you know, if you're gonna mix a mimosa or any kind of like sparkling wine cocktail, save your money, get a more inexpensive sparkling wine, and enjoy it.
So it's really just where it's from, but the process
Basically.
and everything is the same.
For the most part,
For
yeah.
the most part.
So you could
Yeah.
also use a sparkling wine for this.
Yeah, so we're using a sparkling wine, but you can use a champagne if you want to, you know, spend that money. So this is Omni Sparkling. It's an Australian sparkling. So basically, you kind of eyeball the recipe. So it's sparkling wine, a little bit of strawberry slices in. Then you put strawberry lemonade, any strawberry lemonade you have, just kind of equal parts.
That's just a regular lemonade, right?
You can
There's
put less,
nothing-
yeah,
there's
nothing
in it.
special. You can put less, you can put more. It's really up to you. You don't even have to put the strawberry lemonade. And then we just pour it over.
Such a cute color too.
To get that almost right. And then you can, of course, be fancy and
Add more.
garnish with a strawberry. Don't have to. And then enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Cheers! Thank you so much, Kimmy.
Yeah.
It smells lovely. Ooh, that strawberry garnish right there just gets you prepared to take your first one.
It does. No matter where you're watching the Super Bowl, you can have one of these drinks in your hands. Really
Yeah.
great, easy at home.
I mean, we did, what, 6 drinks in 10 minutes?
All before noon.
Yeah. Which is basically Super Bowl.
Right.
Well, again, if you're like, I don't know if you guys know football. I personally don't know football, but I do know good food and I do know good drinks. So being able to come over here, again, almost all of these things, you can come over to the Bottle Shack here in Denado and pick yourself up anything that you need to get you started and ready for the Super Bowl. So thank you, Kimmy.
You're welcome.
Again, always giving us such a good time over here.
Thanks so much. I'm definitely gonna take this coffee one home and try this out again on Monday. So thanks so much.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We want to see your football fan love in time for Valentine's Day and the big game on February 14th. KUAM News and KUAM Digital are rounding up and showcasing football lovers all over the island every day before the big game and giving one lucky fan and their loved ones the chance to win the ultimate game day Valentine's bash at home. All you got to do is send an email to promotions@KUAM.com with the subject Love and Football, or tag and send a DM to the KUAM News page on Instagram. Make sure to include your name and contact info and your Love and Football story. Each and every submission will be entered to win a game day love fest at their home on Valentine's Day, including a brand new 65-inch 4K TV from Buddy's Home Furnishings, party platters from participating restaurants delivered by Uno Go, beverages and swag from Heineken and Stoli, sweet treats, roses for your loved ones, and much more. One lucky winner will be announced on the air on February 11th. Some conditions apply. Winner must be a resident of Guam, must be 21 years or older, and must be available to be featured in a live shot from their home on game day, Monday, February 14th.
See KUAM.com for complete rules and regulations. Love and Football is presented by Uno Go and Buddy's Home Furnishings. Let us show you why Buddy's is better. Jamaican Grill, Yaman, together we can. Heaven Sent, the essence of all things beautiful. The Bottle Shack, Heineken and Stoli. Enjoy responsibly. And CS Cafe.
The KUAM Podcast Network is back and on demand, featuring a great variety of podcasts from our island and region, including culture, lifestyle, awareness, crime, politics, commentary, comedy, and entertainment. Available on most streaming platforms. The KUAM Podcast Network. Subscribe and listen now.
Hold
on, Jay. Yep.
This song is the most sing-alongable song.
It's the most sing-along, and no idea what they're saying. I don't even know if we're singing it right, but it's freaking catchy.
Yeah, you can
It's kids from Chook, by the way.
You can hum to it. You can try, but you'll never pull off KFC's harmony.
I'd love to see a dance to this, right? I feel like you could do a good dance to it, because it's like you got the slow part, right, where you just be vibing, like, move your hips.
Then they hit the nitrous oxide.
Yeah, this is the part. This is the part right here. This is where that beat drop. When a beat drop, though.
You know who I can hear doing a remake of this? I'm hearing in my head.
Yeah.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones do a ska version of this.
Wow.
That would be sweet.
Wow, that's
Still not as good as the original.
Wow. 757-671-637-0094. Come and get your Whopper. Call now, please.
Okay, and I've got the next question. Speaking of tunes that you can sing along to, the classic Super Bowl Shuffle dropped in the mid-'80s. This song was actually Grammy nominated by the team that would become the world champion at that point. I need you to tell me 671-637-0094. Which Super Bowl champion team recorded the Super Bowl Shuffle? I'll give you like a little bit of a hint, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to say the name of the team.
Yeah.
We are the beep shuffling crew. Shuffling on down, do it for you. We're so bad, you know we're good. Blowing your mind like you knew we would. I actually had that on 45, and I played it all the time.
You're really taking me back. Yeah, so we just need to know what team sang the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Everybody our age did this.
Right.
I want to say, okay, and here's another.
It was a vibe, man.
Yeah. Again, I had this on 45. I only played one side of it. I ruined my.
What was on the other side?
Yeah, I don't know. There was no B side.
You're right.
I ruined my dad's record player. I destroyed like the needle because I played this so much. I had this whole thing memorized.
All right, let's go to the phones here. 671-637-0094. Good morning.
Yes, sir. I just want to try to answer that question.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning, sir.
How are you this morning, sir?
Good.
Right on. Rams or Bengals?
Rams.
Why?
Go for the Rams. I was born in California.
You were born in California. Oh, we got a
nice.
California boy here. Wow.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's got to be tough.
Guam boy, but born in California.
Guam boy, born in California. All right. So, it must be tough being a Guam boy born in Cali because you have the Niners, you have the Rams, you got the Chargers. So, what made you pick the Rams?
No, I just jumped on the bandwagon.
Oh, okay. At least you admit
I'm one
it.
of those guys that just jump on the bandwagon.
Nice. Hold on, okay, just a sec, sir.
There's nothing wrong with that, bandwagon.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Callers on hold, just stand by because we do have about 8 million Whoppers. Thanks to our generous friends at Burger King. So, if what's your name, Chalu?
Kenneth.
Kenneth, if Kenneth gets it right, don't worry, we got another question, so just stick around on the phone. Thank you, Kenneth. So, Jay, what was the question, my friend?
So, Kenneth, can you tell us what future Super Bowl world champion team recorded the Grammy Award-nominated Super Bowl Shuffle?
Chicago Bears.
That is absolutely correct, of course.
The Bears.
Do you remember the Super Bowl Shuffle, Kenneth?
Yes.
Okay, what was your favorite part? Because, of course, most of the Bears stars, and that team was stacked.
Okay, who was the quarterback for that team?
McMahon.
Yeah.
McMahon?
I'm the punky QB known as McMahon. If Steve can't do it, I sure can. So bring on Atlanta. Bring on Dallas. This is for Mike and Papa Bear Hallis.
Yes, that was it. It sounded more cool back then.
It did, yeah.
And he sounded more cool than I did. You know what part was my favorite though, Kenneth, was the late great Walter Payton.
Yes,
when he came out, he still had that Jerry curl going, and you see that big black number 34.
Kind of looked like Eazy-E a little bit.
Yeah.
The refrigerator Perry.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Fridge was a rookie.
Yep.
But then Walter Payton came out and he's like, well, they call me sweetness, and I like to dance. Romance. Running the ball is like making romance.
Romance, yeah. I remember that, yeah. Yes. So what did I win?
You won a Whopper. What's your last name, Kenneth?
Rios.
Rios, okay. So just come by KUAM during business hours. Don't be showing up here at 1 in the morning, acting weird.
Rios is a great family name for football on Guam.
Yeah.
Ryan Rios, the chairman of the board. There's so many.
Do you play football, Kenneth?
Oh, no, I used to. No, I used to, yeah.
Oh, me too, bro. Southern Cowboys.
Very nice.
Yep.
No, I didn't play in Guam. I played back in.
Oh, you played in the States.
Yeah.
Excuse me, bro. Ooh, man.
Yeah, junior high school, but no, it was the football players here are much better than back then.
Yeah, because they're panty over in the States.
Yeah.
They don't know how to take a hit.
Guam boy now.
Yep,
but
that's
when I
right.
was back there, I was saying the Guam boys suck, but now that I'm here.
What did you wait? Whoa. You said the Guam boys suck?
No, but now that
What?
I'm a Guam boy now.
Kenneth. You almost just lost a Whopper there, Cello.
Okay, I got to get back to work.
Okay, where are you working at, bro?
Oh, no, I can't see that.
Oh, I can't say. Working at the governor's office, probably.
No.
Okay. Right on, Kenneth. Congrats. Remember, come by and pick up your Whopper, okay?
Okay,
thank you, my friend.
Congratulations, Kenneth. Enjoy the game, bro.
Thank you, Burger King. We do have another question here. Good morning. Welcome to the link. What's your name? What's your name? Hello. Hi. Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, man. We got another trivia question. Jason Salas is going to pull this one out of his fat. Jay?
Okay, so, and what's your name, sir?
Tino.
Tino.
Okay, good morning, Tino. Okay, Tino, can you tell me what player holds the Super Bowl record for most rushing yards in a single game?
Oh, Jesus, that's a good one.
It's not Jesus.
I can give you. Well, Jesus would have run for probably like 400 yards.
He would have run right out onto the water.
I mean, if you can walk on water, you can certainly cut through a defense. But but he was a rookie. Tino, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. He was a rookie in that game, and he absolutely carved up John Elway and the Denver Broncos, and they kept running the same play. It was called counter gap. They just ran that play basically.
I remember
the
that from Tecmo Bowl, bro.
Yeah,
counter
all
gap.
the way.
Yeah, that was my go-to.
Oh, man. Jesus.
So it's the Broncos. It's not Jesus again.
Can you give me the team name?
I guess, bro. I don't know.
The team name has changed.
I know this one. Yep.
What was that?
Yeah, the team name has been changed. They're now known as
the Commandos.
Yeah, Commanders.
Oh,
Commanders.
yeah.
No, you have to wear underwear when you play football.
Okay, it's up to you. It's a personal choice, Jay.
Yeah.
Shouldn't judge.
I give, guys. I'm bad at football.
Well, we're gonna hook you up with a Whopper in it because it was Timmy Smith. He was a rookie. I believe he wore number 36. Who later on that number would be worn by the late Sean Taylor.
Yeah.
Amazing safety. But yeah, Timmy Smith.
What year was
absolutely
that?
destroyed.
Jay, what year was that? What year was that?
I want to say that was 91.
Oh yeah, so that's after John Riggins, right?
Oh wait, yeah. Well, yeah. John Riggins destroyed the Dolphins in that.
Hey,
one.
can we bring Andy on? Andy, guys, Andy Wheeler's here.
Hey, we got some members of the family here. Whose video just froze?
It just froze. Okay. Well.
No, there he is. Hey, Andy.
Andy, good morning. Well, okay. We'll figure that out. Andy's actually coming on with Dave Delgado, 8:30. They're doing a whole talk on the Super Bowl. You know when the guys get together and talk about the Super Bowl, and I kind of stand on the side.
Andy, we got you, right?
Andy, we got you. Okay, he's still figuring it out, guys. We're going to take a break. We got our 8 o'clock news coming up here. Is this guy still... Are you still there, sir? What's your name?
Tino.
Tino, what's your last name? Huh?
Consecao.
Congrats, we got you a Whopper, even though you didn't get it right. Well, you know, that's just the kind of guy we are.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
Rams or Bengals, Tino?
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go for the Bengals on this.
Why are you apologizing, though? Own it, dude. Why are you saying sorry? Why are you going for the Bengals? You think Joe Burrow's hot?
Sorry for those who's going for the Rams.
Right. So with their permission, you're going to go for the Bengals. Why do you think the Bengals are going to win?
I like the underdogs.
That's it. Guam always got to go for the underdogs. Jay, how are you an underdog if you made it all the way to the Super Bowl?
Well, when you're playing like a team that literally is Hollywood, and they've got a payroll that, like, I mean, you could open up like 9 hospitals at Eagles Field for like what the Rams payroll is. I gotta say, like, Tino, I gotta admit, Joe Burrow, really, really good teeth. I don't know what that dude uses. Like, you see him in like Dave Delgado joins us now. Dave, you see on the pregame of the Super Bowl media special, Joe Burrow looked like he got those like GPD floodlights, like when they set up the the traffic stops. That guy has a nice set of teeth.
Right. Okay, Tino, so how are you juggling Valentine's Day and the Super Bowl, bro? Do you have another half?
Yes, I do. She'll be at work that day. I just wait till she comes home.
That sounds like a winner. So you get to do your own thing, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Spend all day baking her something nice, bake her a little cake, make her a little din-din, right?
Exactly.
It kind of makes it hard because I know the Super Bowl, a lot of guys, they want to consume the alcoholic beverages, right? So are you going to be popping some beers during the game?
Probably.
Probably. And then you got to sober up before the lady comes home, right? Unless she likes it when you're... It's tough. I feel bad for the guys this year because you got to, like, do Super Bowl. When it comes time to Valentine's, you better make sure you're ready to Valentine's, boy. Okay, Tino?
Thank you. Take care.
Got it. Thank you.
You know what I'm wondering? I know a lot of people are just assuming that their female better halves are not going to be paying attention to like the game. And
guess what? They are.
Guam women are so knowledgeable when it comes to football, especially in this company. But if the game winds up being a blowout, I really hope it's not. But if it is, like, the women will be like, "Excuse me, why do I not have champagne and strawberries and chocolate?" No, the game was over by the second quarter. What are you still doing? Game was over by kickoff was at 9:30. Game was over by 11.
Yeah, your chick knows you're not a fan of the Rams or the Bengals. So good luck with that Super Bowl excuse. 807, we're KUAM FM. I got any Guam on the breeze. We'll go ahead and get into our 8 o'clock newscast. We're going to start here with a video message that the governor had put out last night. Once again, the governor of Guam right here on the link, and a special video message released last night. The governor announced the launch of Operation Homebound. This is a new initiative she launched that protects at-risk communities from reaching concerning levels of transmission. And here again is that video message from Governor Lulian Guerrero. Good morning.
Half a day. As we near the second year mark since this god-awful virus invaded our lives, it's important for us all to take a moment and simply breathe. Take stock of the hurdles you have overcome. Take time to feel the gratitude that gives purpose to our lives. As we recalibrate ourselves, we also take time to recognize the terrible toll our island has suffered. This week, Guam's COVID-related deaths surpassed 300, and it is a moral imperative for us to give meaning to these monumental losses. We join our community in mourning those we have loved and lost in this precarious time. Manamku, who had lived full, fruit-bearing lives, change makers in the middle of their journeys, young dreamers with the world ahead of them. With determination to save more lives and balance our initiatives to rebuild Guam, we decisively met this Omicron-driven surge with the support of all the health interventions available to us that are trusted and proven at preserving life. Since January, we have performed more than 70,000 tests with an average of nearly 2,000 per day. Despite the national shortage, we continue placing orders for more test kits and have focused our efforts on a targeted approach. Beginning today, Public Health has partnered with Joint Task Force 671 of the Guam National Guard to directly target the virus and protect at-risk communities from reaching concerning levels of transmission as part of Operation Homebound. 3 teams consisting of a healthcare worker, combat medic, and interpreters have been mobilized to conduct home testing, vaccinations, and health assessments in communities of concern and underserved communities across our island. Social workers will also be present to increase awareness and offer assistance in applying for Medicaid and Medicare insurance and welfare housing and nutrition programs. These joint efforts are another tool added to Guam's COVID Defense Kit. Beyond reaching out directly to underserved people, this mobile track, test, and treatment teams will help us better understand the health trends in populations that are unaware of the severe symptoms that could lead to a hospital trip or worse. We know our health interventions are working. Masks help prevent spread of the virus. Vaccines and boosters help prevent severe illness, hospitalization, and death. While COVID's impacts have varied, it has been our commitment to wearing masks, washing our hands, and watching our distance, and getting vaccinated and boosted. That has made the greatest positive impact in securing our path forward. Public health experts tell us we are starting to see the end stage of the pandemic, and at a recent meeting of the nation's governors, the consensus was that hope remains. We are beating COVID-19 and building a better future for us all. Guam is getting through this, and for doing your part, we cannot thank you enough.
Okay. All right, now let's go back to the newsroom where Isaiah Uggan is standing by. He has this morning's link update brought to you, of course, by Pacific Points.
Is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Hafide, good morning, everyone. Guahusia Isaiah Uggan with your Link News Update. There will be no pay raises for almost everyone on GPA and GWA's management teams. The CCU held a special meeting Thursday to discuss the potential salary adjustments and decided this was not the right time for them. KUAM's Nesta Lecanto has more.
All of the management team members were previously evaluated and received satisfactory ratings or better, but only GPA CFO John Kim will get a raise to $141,919. This brings him up to the minimum 20th percentile of the adopted pay scale and puts him on par with the others on the executive team. The CCU chose not to take action on the rest. Commissioner Simon Sanchez was the lone dissenting vote on the Kim pay raise.
All of our employees are deserving of recognition. The problem is the timing of it.
He says not while thousands in the private sector are still out of work and businesses are just trying to survive.
So you got 800 companies that are still not making what they were. They're not even at 50% of pre-COVID. That's why they need the help from the LEAP program. The private sector is struggling to stay open, is struggling to pay their employees.
But CCU Chairman Joey Dueña says he would have voted yes on all the pay raises.
I'm going to tell you, when you find homegrown employees like what we found, we were lucky right now to have the people we have. We're very lucky. GWA had 3 general managers before we finally settled on Miguel Bordallo. And Miguel Bordallo is the longest serving general manager that we've had to date. He's the only one that really pulled us together and got us to where we're at, where we're now negotiating a consent decree to take us into the next phase. Commissioner Sanchez, I appreciate you speaking your mind. I also need to speak my mind.
The CCU has oversight over the budget and operations of GPA and GWA, which are autonomous agencies funded by local ratepayers. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
G4S Security Systems responds to the Office of Public Accountability's recent decision dismissing their appeal. KUAM Salamat Sanani reports.
The decision from the Office of Public Accountability has been issued, but G4S is still left with one major question unanswered. The company filed an appeal with the OPA involving the Department of Education's decision to award a contract to competing bidder Technologies for Tomorrow, or TFT. The security company also filed a complaint with the Guam Contractors Licensing Board, arguing that TFT lacked the required contractor's license, and emailed a draft findings and decisions to the executive director, Cecile Buddy Orsini, who signed off on the document without the presence of other CLB board members. Orsini has since resigned. Public Auditor B.J. Cruz addressed issues of alleged fraud committed by the former executive director, but G4S says he failed to address the issue raised about TFT not having the legally required license. In a press release, they stated that they are, quote, disappointed that the public auditor has declined to directly address an important question affecting government contracts in Guam based on another party's conduct in a completely unrelated matter. The public auditor declined to comment on the issue, but Guam Contractors Association President James Martinez says it's instances like these that shed light on the fact that Guam procurement laws are scattered.
Folks have been looking at it for, gosh, the past many years, but it's a huge animal that we just got to put together and make it work for everybody so we don't have problems like this in the future. I think the question is, do you need to get that license prior to submitting a bid? Otherwise, if you're not awarded the bid, then nothing to worry about. You just pack up and go home.
G4S asserts that the OPA's decision means there is a lack of clarity for government agencies, interested bidders, and the Guam community on an important issue of public procurement moving forward. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
The OPA is also teeing off on an emergency procurement appeal involving golf carts, and Guam Auto Spot is out of the rough after an appeal filed by a losing offeror, Turfco, is denied. Although the OPA found that the General Services Agency failed to notify bidders of a substantial change to the bid and called the change unacceptable, Public Auditor B.J. Cruz ruled it was not against the law. Cruz also noted that although there was no determination of emergency need made for the bid, testimony given during the appeal hearing by Public Health and Homeland Security supplemented this deficiency. According to the OPA decision, the golf carts were used for vaccination and testing clinics and were purchased after golf carts Public Health had borrowed had to be returned. And over in the CNMI, the public auditor surveyed 541 government employees. 21% of respondents say that went to receive ethics training. 75% of survey respondents also noted that they agree that they have the tools and training to do their jobs efficiently. 154 of those surveyed listed the following areas that they believe should be investigated: misuse of government vehicles, substance allowance of legislative members, equal opportunity education, misconduct in the office, potential abuse of federal funds, misuse of government time, concerns over falsifying information with regards to federal programs, unfair hiring practices, and abuse of authority. The CNMI OPA plans to use the results of the survey for audit planning. You still can't file an ethics complaint against a public official, but the Guam Ethics Commission has finally secured the McDonald Law Firm as its legal counsel. Executive Director Jesse Kanga confirms Attorney Joe McDonald, a former legal counsel for the port, will present complaint procedures to the commission for endorsement. Kanga adds several members of the public who wanted to make complaints were turned away because the commission hasn't adopted a formal complaint process. He doesn't have a timeline when they will be finalized, but will publicize them after he receives direction from the commission. The governor vetoed a bill passed by lawmakers that was recommended by the Guam Election Commission. Among the proposed changes, Bill 173 would have eliminated the need for a primary election in certain circumstances. The governor vetoed the measure for several reasons, citing its unintended impacts on existing election laws. She recommended the legislature be more deliberate to avoid inadvertent issues. The governor, meanwhile, signed Bill 174 relating to election-related timelines and voter registration, and Bill 185 transferring land to Guam EPA to build a new headquarters. Today is the deadline to apply for the Homeowners Assistance Fund program. The AARP-funded initiative helps owners who've been struggling or on the brink of foreclosure as a result of the financial pressure from the pandemic. During today's OHAP meeting, Guam Housing Corporation's Audrey Taposnia said that as of 10 o'clock this morning, they've received 850 pre-applications, with staff completing the review of 550.
So letters have gone out to these homeowners. Out of the 550, 490 were determined pre-eligible, and then 60 was determined ineligible. And right now, we do have, out of the 490, 20 homeowners have already completed all their documentation and they've deemed qualified.
The first batch of payments is expected to be issued to qualified applicants by the end of the month. Some $13.5 million is available for those who need help with their mortgage, utility, and property tax payments. Up to $15,000 will be available to prevent foreclosures for those who've experienced financial hardship since January of 2020. The deadline to apply is 5 p.m. this afternoon. Go to doa.guam.gov for more information. The death toll continues to rise with another 4 COVID-related deaths reported last night by the Joint Information Center. The climbing casualties and hospitalizations has public health proceeding with caution. KUAM's Daniel Perez reports on the latest COVID-19 trends for 2022.
According to Public Health, from January 1st to February 8th, the COVID-19 positivity rate on island remains at about 35%, despite the decrease in testing, likely due to only symptomatics and high-risk individuals being tested. The agency is averaging 600 cases per day. The main age groups driving the surge are now the 18 to 39 and 12 to 17 age group, followed by all other age groups merging, suggesting household and family spread. Public Health Territorial Epidemiologist Dr. Ann Pobutsky says they're eyeing hospitalizations very closely.
Cases of increases, we're seeing an increase in hospitalizations. There's also an increase in the ICUs. It's getting close to concerning, but the hospitals haven't reported that this is overwhelming them yet.
Also concerning is the climbing number of COVID-related fatalities. This year alone, there have been 33.
We've seen an increase in COVID-19 related deaths, particularly the dead on arrivals. 60% of the cases from January 1st to the present time have been dead on arrivals.
A lot of the DOAs recently have been elderly. Public Health urges island Manumcos to take extra precaution during the surge, and if they feel symptoms, to get tested right away and to consult with their doctors to see if they qualify for either the Paxlovid or molnupiravir antiviral pills. Another treatment effective against Omicron is currently unavailable on island, and that's Trovimab. KUAM asked Public Health Interim Chief Medical Officer Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero if he believes hospitalizations will rise due to the absence of the MAB therapy.
Theoretically, that's probably true. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't really predict. I think we can somewhat blunt that response by, if people are sick, be checked, and then if they qualify, they can try the antiviral, and the antiviral may blunt that response of hospitalizations if it's used early enough.
As we reported, Public Health ordered 192 doses of Sotrovimab. When it will arrive remains to be seen. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.
Depression and anxiety are at an all-time high, and the mental health toll during this pandemic can be so overwhelming, leading to loss of life. Tomas Nglotnia sits down with family members who recall some of their darkest times and hope that others know that they are not alone.
Jay was 32 years old, Nathan, 25, Chris, 23, Jason, 22. Justine was 18 years old.
None of them left any kind of message as to, to give any kind of reason. So all of them left, completed suicide without leaving any kind of note.
Trisha Tenorio still remembers the joy and hope each of her family members brought into her life, even during what she learned was some of the darkest times.
We're still going through it, but we're learning to talk about it and share that hurtful experience of the unknown and the unexpected.
That time-stopping feeling is familiar to Miriam, who lost 3 family members to suicide.
The hurt and the pain is always going to be there, but I think talking about it and letting people know that to reach out, if you're feeling something, something's hurting, something's broken, there's always someone there that cares about you.
She says everyone faces silent battles, but they don't have to do it alone. It's something Senator Tony Atta, who's also a veteran, has seen and felt deeply. He's only recently decided to share his story.
I lost my brother to suicide 44 years ago, and it's still fresh in my memory. We need to get the word out there. We need to help our people, continue to get them the help that they need so that they be able to, work it out, talk it out, and save their loved ones from the hurt and the pain that we feel.
Anxiety and depression are at an all-time high nationwide, driven by the pandemic isolation that both suffocates the virus and kept many people at a distance, with great cost to social, emotional, and mental well-being.
It's very important that we address this situation in a more positive light. We need to talk about it.
It's Marie Holleran's life mission to heal our community. She's a registered nurse leading LifeWorks Guam and Rainbows for All Children, hearing firsthand the gravity of the grief. She says the island's Manamco have been especially hit hard in this pandemic.
Their children, they don't like to visit them because they're afraid that they might bring the virus or COVID-19 or something. So they're left behind, and it's so sad. They feel abandoned, and I think we need to think about that.
She says it's more critical than ever to maintain our relationships, even if at a distance. Tomas Manglotnia for KUAM News.
Tonight, Tomas will continue to explore the mental health impact of COVID on Guam. But for those of you who are watching and need someone to talk to, here's the phone numbers of hotlines you can call. For Guam, call 671-647-8833 through 4. For the CNMI, the number to call is 670-284-0843. Again, you are not alone. Meanwhile, to support teenagers dealing with stress and anxiety, the West Care Pacific Islands Malik Na Ha'ani or Brighter Futures program will host a free virtual workshop today. Clinical Director Beverlyn Coleman.
It's really going to talk about helping teens cope and talking about stress factors and signs of stress, anxiety, those kinds of things. And you can register by going on our website, which is www.westcarepacificislands.org under the events tab, and then you can register and attend for next Friday.
The free workshop is scheduled for 5 p.m. tonight via Zoom. It is made possible by the Leadership Collaborative Grant under Manelu. For more news, go to KUAM.com.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
All right, good things. We are going to go now. We are going to talk more about the Super Bowl because the big game, Super Bowl 56, and we are giving away as many Whoppers today and Monday. So we're going to give you a chance to enjoy some flame-broiled goodness to enjoy the big game. But we got some big stars and some big names in big sports right now in the KUM News Zoom room. A member of the family, longtime partner of ours in every. I have personally called many football games with Mr. Andy Wheeler, who joins us from Washington State. Andy, please tell me that you have indulged in apples up there, please.
Yes, we have
and coffee.
Our share of apples, thanks. Yeah, that's our main concern.
Yeah. Apples and coffee, man.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And Dave Delgado, our sports director, joins us now here too. Dave, I wonder what pro sports team you tend to favor.
Yeah, always got to represent anytime I can.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so we're going to break down the game. We're going to talk about Super Bowl. Obviously, Andy, the quintessential Patriots fan, and Dave rolls with the 49ers no matter what. So we're going to have absolutely objective analysis of the big game. So guys, your thoughts on Super Bowl, probably now just 96 hours away?
I just got to say, I'm so excited. I really wanted to be back on the radio talking football with Double D because this was the best playoff season I've ever seen. I mean, the best games, you have the game that you think, oh, this is the game of the century. And then the next game is better than that. And then the next game is better than that. Like, it just kept getting better. And super excited, man. What a season of playoff games. And now the Super Bowl. I mean, the Rams, Bengals, who would have thought it at the beginning of the season, D?
Yeah, and the way they got in, I mean, you talk about a quarterback ahead of his time. We talked about this off the air. Joe Burrow, the way he's playing, and the team just rallying behind him. And, man, a guy that's way ahead of his time.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at them on paper, the Bengals, you're like, they should not be here. Their offensive line is pretty suspect. Their defense is like, it's not lights out. I mean, they get the job done, but it just goes to show football. It's not about what happens on paper. Like, you got to play the game, and the Bengals got hot at the right time. We've seen it before, back when the Giants won their Super Bowl against the Patriots. I mean, they came from a wild card. They were like 7-9 or 8-8 or something, and they ended up getting hot at the right time, and they ended up winning it all. So it could happen, man. And the Rams on paper, yeah, they're the clear favorite. You look at them, the weapons they have, Matt Stafford, his experience. He's got those playoff wins under his belt now this season with Aaron Donald, Von Miller. You think that defense, there's no way the Bengals are going to be able to do anything. But you saw the Bengals, Joe Burrow, he got sacked 9 times, and they still won the game. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if he can take the hits, get right back up and throw those 40-yard bombs, I mean, the Bengals have got a chance. So I think the Bengals, I really want them to win. They haven't won a playoff game since like 91 or something. So I think seeing them win, and I've always been, as a Red Sox fan, going up against the Yankees, who always buys their championships, you know what I mean?
Oh, here we go.
$150 million infield. Like, the Rams are that Yankee team. They bought it, They got Von Miller, they got OBJ, they got all these big free agents, they got Matt Stafford. It's like, I just feel like I have to root against them because I don't like the teams that just throw money at a problem,
Now, Andy, you've said something, and when you and I called a bunch of games, we talk about the upstart freshmen and sophomores going up against the seniors and the guys with experience, and look at that: Joe Burrow, second year; Jamar Chase, rookie; Joe Mixon, the Oklahoma backfield for the Bengals, they're still in year 5 or less and everything. The kicker, McPherson, still a rookie. Talk about the fact that it may actually be to Cincinnati's benefit that these guys are so young and they've got so much energy and so much adrenaline pumping and everything. They don't know they're supposed to be nervous.
Right? Yeah, I like to say you're too stupid to know better. You know what I mean?
There you go.
They're young, they're rookies, they have that confidence. I mean, Joe Burrow, he's been groomed to do this his whole life. He's always had that confidence. I'm sure you see what he did at LSU, the national championship. He just always had that confidence because, since he could pick up a football, people have been telling him, hey, you're great, you're going to do big things. And, he believes it. Mm-hmm. So they haven't had those playoff losses. They haven't had the defeat where you get to the Super Bowl and you lose and then you come back hungrier. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of times that can get in your head, the fact that, oh, man, I've been here before. I lost this game. Oh, I know how this feels. Like, you kind of have that mentality. But when you don't know any better, you've never experienced it. Like, you're like, whatever, let's just go out there and do it. We know how to play the game. We can do it. We're not scared of anybody. So the Bengals, I think that could play in their favor.
Yeah, well, I think when it comes down to it, for me personally, it's about experience. And like you said, the Rams, they're built for this. They spent all the money. They gave up all the draft picks to win now. Matthew Stafford's been here, and he needs a Super Bowl. The teammates around him, Aaron Donald, I mean, you talk about a leader on the team, a guy that just pulls everybody together and is like, this is it. This is our time. And that's what you need. I mean, Von Miller, Super Bowl MVP. Defensively, they got sacked 9 times. Burrow got sacked 9 times against the Titans. And a D tackle for the Titans picked up 3 sacks. And if he can get 3 sacks, imagine what they're going to do with Aaron Donald. Now, if Aaron Donald gets double teamed, that's going to free up the edge. Von Miller, he's going to bring it. And I think it's about preparation. I mean, the Super Bowl is in L.A. The atmosphere there is going to, I think, really help them out. And all the veterans on the team. I mean, you get these veterans on the team just going down the sideline, making sure everybody's on the same page.
Since he's not a real good traveling team, I mean, their fans, it is Midwest and everything like that. Not sure how many fans they've got out in LA and everything like that. But
we haven't
absolutely
seen them in this situation, so we don't know. The Steelers, I mean, they're the best traveling team in the league. You see their fans at every single game they play.
Same for the Cowboys.
The Bengals, like, they've been so bad for so long. The fans are like, I didn't want to admit that I'm a Bengals fan, but, you know, now they're here. So I just think that, you know, you're going to see a lot of Bengals fans, but of course it is in LA, so there's going to be more. But people love a good underdog. People love that upstart, the dude that's not supposed to win. So I think you will see a lot more people rooting for the Bengals than anybody, because, you know, everybody else whose teams have been knocked out of the playoffs, you know, we're like, well, I got to root for somebody. And me personally, I think that I want to see the Bengals. You know, the AFC, I want to see them represent. And, you know, anybody in the NFC West can just, you know, just get destroyed.
I do want to ask you guys, like both of you, right? Because the previous 2 times that Cincinnati's been in the Super Bowl, they've lost to Dave's, like, 49ers, right? Andy, you're really high on Joe Burrow as a quarterback and everything. How would you rank them between the other 2 quarterbacks that have been under center for the Bengals, between Kenny Anderson and Boomer Esiason, and now you got Joe Burrow? I think Burrow's actually probably got the most upside of those 3 guys, and those previous 2 guys were really, really good.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's just the game has changed so much. The offensive schemes, you know, back, you know, in the 80s, like, the playbook was, you know, you had like 5 plays. We had 4 running plays, and we had a couple passing plays. You know, that was about it. Now it's just crazy learning the playbook. These guys spend months and months and months trying to do that. So I think, you know, it's just like any sport, any athlete, comparing different generations. The games have just progressed. The athletes have become so in tune with their bodies and their training that, you know, it's hard to compare. But yeah, you look at, I mean, I would rather take Joe Burrow over Boomer Esiason right now. I just think that in this league, the way you play the game, Joe Burrow, he's that quarterback that teams are looking for now. You know, you look at Justin Herbert, you look at, you know, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen up in Buffalo. These guys that, dude, they can sling it on a rope 60 yards downfield and pinpoint accurate. And I just think that that's the type of QB you got to have now. So I think Burrow, he's the guy, man. As far as Cincinnati goes, and this is only his 2nd year, so who knows what this guy's going to do in the rest of his career.
And Dave, you said this because with all of the things that Joe Burrow does correctly, and you coach youth football too, he does so many things well. The one thing that you can't look past too is he really doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's a smart player.
Yeah, and does Cincinnati, you know, take something out the playbook like LA did against, you know, the Niners with their front 4 for the Rams bringing the pressure? You get rid of the ball real quick, and that's what Matthew Stafford was able to do.
Yeah.
If you don't hold on to the ball too long, that front 4, that pass rush really doesn't matter at all. So you have big receivers that Burrow's going to throw to. He has a lot of comfort in Jamar Chase, you know, played college football with him. So it's about game planning and, you know, how well can they execute. And I think, you know, you bring in a guy like OBJ on the Rams side, Cooper Kupp, Triple Crown winner.
That dude is a beast.
Yeah.
I don't know why people don't cover him. I mean, maybe they just think, oh, okay, well, you know, he just padded his numbers, or, you know, I mean, have you seen the guy play?
I don't think they can cover him.
He's had one of those, I mean, historic seasons, and the fact that everybody knows it's going to him and he can still get wide open. Defenses are just, I don't know what their problem is, but seeing him get open is crazy. I mean, you got to double team that dude and take him out of the equation completely. You got to get safety help and then let somebody else beat you. But then you got OBJ over there. You got all these other weapons. It's like, you know, pick your poison. So it's going to be tough either way. But I think Cooper Kupp is definitely going to have a big game.
Yeah, and which team can run the ball? You know, the Rams, they're going to stop the run. Can Cincinnati stop the run? Because if you can have a well-balanced offense and keep somewhat time of possession, it's going to be in your favor. But I look for this game to be in the quarterback's hands on both sides, a lot of passing, 40-plus attempts from each quarterback. And, you know, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a shootout, I think.
I think that you've got amazing defense for the Rams. You've got these high-powered offenses. So I could go either way. It could be a 45-48 game or like 17-10. I just, I don't know. It's hard to gauge, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Okay, guys, who do you? Let me get some predictions for you guys. Who do you guys think is going to be MVP?
Well, like I said, against Tennessee, Burrow was sacked 3 times by a D tackle. So if Aaron Donald can mimic anything like that, he can possibly be the MVP.
I think I don't know, man. It's going to be one of the QBs. I really want the Bengals to win, so I'm going to say Joe Burrow. He's going to take MVP.
I just have a sneaking suspicion Jalen Ramsey. Everybody's going to say, he came out of Florida State, young kid and everything. Deion Sanders even said, this is the next guy. He goes, I've had my time and everything. This is the next great quarterback. People always tested him. He's made incredibly athletic plays. He's been burned a couple times in these playoffs and everything like that. I just have a sneaking suspicion he is going to come up huge.
Yeah, well,
he's not just going to lock guys down. He is going to make some key turnovers.
Yeah, well, let's see how many times he's going to be lined up on Chase. That's going to be the big thing because that is, Burrow's number 1 receiver. So if he's on him, then Burrow takes his chances. He can, hopefully make some plays.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why Cooper Kupp's had such a big season this year because he's going up against Jalen Ramsey every single day. That's good training.
Yeah, true.
Well, you're looking at the matchup predictor, and it's 66% Rams. Looking at the stats, both teams averaging 27.1 points per game. Points allowed, pretty much the same. Total yards, pretty much the same. But when it gets to passing yards allowed, that's when it's a big discrepancy. And then rushing yards, the Rams only give up 54 compared to the Bengals 127. So that's where the game, I think, is going to be won, is in the run game. Now looking at both teams, their last few games, 4-1 with the Rams, and Cincinnati also 4-1 in their last 5 games.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Dave, you're big into hip hop. You've always had a feel for the music and everything like that. This year's a little bit old school and new school. You got Kendrick Lamar alongside Mary J. Blige, Snoop, Dre, Eminem, and everything like that. Who are you most looking forward to seeing perform?
Man, it's got to be Snoop, man. And whoever put this halftime show together, and whoever was able to get all these artists together, hats off to them, because this is probably going to be one of the most anticipated halftime shows ever. Mm-hmm. And what better place to be but in LA for this performance.
Mm-hmm. I honestly, I've never really cared about the halftime show. It's just not why I watch the Super Bowl. But this one is definitely going to be big. It's LA. Come on, Hollywood. You got Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary J. Blige. It's going to be huge. So, this one might be, I might have to sit there and watch this one.
Well, put it this way. In past Super Bowls, everybody, when the halftime show starts, Andy and I were here at KUAM lining up for the bathroom for that half hour and everything like that because we were so into the game.
Yeah, I think this is just one of those things, man. Usually at halftime, it kind of simmers down, and third quarter gets a while for the players to get going. But I think this halftime show will keep everybody energized, the crowd energized. So once kickoff for the second half goes, everybody's going to be hyped, ready to go for the second half of football.
Mm-hmm. Andy, what is the best way? You've had a pretty respectable man cave or two in your days and everything like that. What's the best way for you to enjoy the Super Bowl?
Well, since I started doing radio, in '98, I've been working almost every Super Bowl. So I never really got to build a tradition of watching it at home or somewhere. So I was always hosting somewhere. But now I'm really looking forward to just being able to sit on my couch, watch TV, watch the game, have some snacks, a little chow, and just, not have to jump on a mic. Hey, make sure you thank the sponsors. Make sure you do this raffle, do this giveaway, do a call into the station. I just want to sit there and enjoy the game. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. No, I covered the 2008 Super Bowl when Drew Brees won his Super Bowl when they beat Peyton Manning, and when they won down in Miami. So I was over at Hooters covering the third quarter, and we went there, and that place was crazy at the time. That really fun atmosphere. Everybody was like super into it. Like obviously everybody was really hyped, but there was no silliness, no drama, and everything like that. Just a whole bunch of people in a confined place who really love the game. So I mean that's good memories for me.
Yeah, times have changed, but this is one of those days where everybody can enjoy a good game of football.
There you go. Okay, guys. Final thoughts on the big game. With just a couple more days to go. What should these teams now? They're locked in. They Andy, like you said, I mean they know the playbook. They've gone through their reps. They have an idea of what the strategy is going to be. That obviously is going to change. They have to respond and adjust to that and everything like that. From a player's perspective and also from a fan's perspective, what do fans have to do to just get through this weekend and say, okay, I'm ready for kickoff?
You just gotta not think about it too much. You just gotta go about your business, go to work, do whatever you gotta do this weekend, make sure all the chores and everything are done, and then Monday when it's game time, then you can really focus and zoom in on the game. But for the players, I mean, it's all about execution. The playbook, you know it, the plays, the scheme, what to do, but it's about execution on game day. You can have all the plays in the world that light up, but if you don't execute them, nothing's going to happen. So protect the ball, execute, and the team that does that best is going to win.
All right.
Yeah, for me, I think it's don't switch things up too much. Do it.
Right.
Do what got you there. And then adjustments. I mean, at halftime, that's when you can switch things up. And those plays you've been sitting on, okay, throw them in and try to get them working. But Sean McVay said it himself before the last Super Bowl, overthought, too much overthinking, and that kind of messed it up. So this time around, just do your thing. Let the guys get out there and play ball, and then just make your adjustments along the way.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And
do what you do.
Exactly.
Final question for Dave. The Rams have been the 49ers nemesis for, not just like in the past, this season or the past couple of years. I mean, yeah, they had like a little bit of a scuffle with the Seahawks for like a couple seasons. The Rams and the Niners have been bitter enemies for a really long time. If LA hosts the Vince Lombardi Trophy at the end of the game,
I'm booing.
I'm
booing.
How many flowers are you going to give the Rams?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of those things. I mean, I'm kind of still salty about the loss, but I just don't see the Rams losing. I mean, they spent everything, they gave up everything to win now, like Andy said. Not tomorrow, not next year, win now. So if they don't win, it's going to be a big disappointment, but I just don't see them losing.
All right, so that's Dave Delgado, our sports director, and Andy Wheeler, of course, the president and founder of the Tom Brady fan club West Coast chapter now in Washington State. Andy, man, Andy, we miss you, bro. We think about you all the time.
Thanks for having me on, man. I miss you guys too. I miss talking football on the radio for sure.
Hey,
always a pleasure, my brother.
Yeah, and we'll see you real soon, man. We can't wait till we can all be together again. And
yeah, keep me in mind next season, man. We'll be talking more football if you want.
Absolutely. So Link fam, make sure you put your thoughts in all our comments. Remember, we're live on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitter as well. We want to know how you feel about the good game, the big game. And tell you what, Dave and some of our colleagues here at KUAM also did a dramatic reading. Speaking of the halftime show, we got some really top-notch talent for you. We're going to play you this amazing clip now of Dave and the KUAM reporters doing dramatic readings of their favorite lyrics from the halftime show.
We want to see your football fan love in time for Valentine's Day and the big game on February 14th. KUAM News and KUAM Digital are rounding up and showcasing football lovers all over the island every day before the big game and giving one lucky fan and their loved ones the chance to win the ultimate game day Valentine's bash at home. All you got to do is send an email to promotions@KUAM.com with the subject Love and Football, or tag and send a DM to the KUAM News page on Instagram. Make sure to include your name and contact info and your Love and Football story. Each and every submission will will be entered to win a Game Day Love Fest at their home on Valentine's Day, including a brand new 65-inch 4K TV from Buddy's Home Furnishings, party platters from participating restaurants delivered by Uno Go, beverages and swag from Heineken and Stoli, sweet treats, roses for your loved ones, and much more. One lucky winner will be announced on the air on February 11th. Some conditions apply. Winner must be a resident of Guam, must be 21 years or older, and must be available to be featured in a live shot from their home on Game Day, Monday, February 14th.
See KUAM.com for complete rules and regulations. Love and Football is presented by Uno Go and Buddy's Home Furnishings. Let us show you why Buddy's is better. Jamaican Grill, Yaman, together we can. Heaven Sent, the essence of all things beautiful. The Bottle Shack, Heineken and Stoli. Enjoy responsibly. And CS Cafe.
And now, a dramatic interpretation of Mockingbird by Eminem, featuring KUM's own Vic Falah.
Haley, I know you miss your mom, and I know you miss your dad. When I'm gone, I'm trying to give you the life that I never had. I can see you're sad. Even when you're smiling, even when you laugh, I can see it in your eyes. Deep inside you, you want to cry. Because you're scared. I ain't there. Daddy's with you in your prayers. No more crying. Wipe them tears. Daddy's here. No more nightmares.
Gin and Juice, as read by Chris Barnett.
Now that I got me some brand name gin, everybody got their cups, but they ain't shipped in. See, these types of things, they happen all of the time. You got to get yours. But Chelo, I have to get mine on too. This how it be when you're listening to the DOG. The cultivating sounds that be captivating. He who listens to the words that I speak as I take me a drink in the middle of the street.
The poet laureate Calvin Broadus, a.k.a. Snoop Doggy Dogg, a.k.a. Snoop Lion, a.k.a. Snoop D-O-double-G, had the classic track Wiggle. This is read by our Isaiah Uggan.
Do you know what to do with that big fat butt? Wiggle, 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 and wiggle. Just a little bit of a wiggle. Patty cake with no hands. Got me in this club making wedding plans. If I take pictures while you do your dance, I can make you famous on Instagram.
Kendrick Lamar's classic Humble is now presented by Sabrina Salas Matanani.
I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block, then break it down. We're playing Tetris, AM to the PM, PM to the AM. Eat up your per diem. You gotta hate 'em. If I quit your BM, I still ride Mercedes. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put little baby in a spiral. Soprano C. We like to keep it on a high note. It's levels to it. You and I know. Tell 'em, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Hold up, tell 'em, sit down, be humble.
And now Family Affair by Mary J. Blige, as read by Tomas Manglotin.
Let's get it crunk up on, have fun up on this dancery. We got you open, now you're floating, so you got to dance for me. Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it percolating while you're waiting, so just dance for me.
Mary J. Blige joins us once again, the classic Real Love, presented by Joan Uggan-Chopras.
Oh, when I met you, I just knew that you would take my heart and run until you told me you felt for me. You said I'm not the one. So I slowly came to see all of the things that you were made of. And now my hopes and inspirations lead me to want some real love.
Beautiful by Eminem, the classic track, as read by Daniel Parrott.
In my shoes, just to see what it's like to be me. I'll be you, let's trade shoes, just to see what it'd be like to feel your pain, you feel mine, go inside each other's eyes, just to see what we find, look at stuff through each other's eyes. But don't let them say you ain't beautiful. They can all get screwed, just stay true to you. Don't let them say you ain't beautiful. They can all get screwed, just stay true to you.
And now with a timeless reading of the very, very classic song, Nothing But a G Thing by Dr. Dre and Snoop D-O-double-G, here is Dave Delgado.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop, Doggy Dogg, and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up, before I have to pull the strap out the cut. Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble. 'Cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. 2 loked out G's going crazy. Unfadable, so please don't try to fade this. But back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected, so I'm gonna let them understand from a young G's perspective. And before me dig out a trick, I have to find a contraceptive.
You can never have too much Mary, and certainly we present the next Mary track, Just Fine, by our own Hannah Devonza.
No time for moping around, are you kidding? And no time for negative vibes, 'cause I'm winning. It's been a long week, I put in my hardest, gonna live my life, feels so good to get it right. So I like what I see when I'm looking at me and I'm walking past the mirror. Don't stress through the night at a time in my life, ain't worried if you feel it. Got my head on straight, I got my vibe right, I ain't gonna let you kill it. You see, I wouldn't change my life's just fine.
My friends, it's about to go down. Watch the real drama. Super Bowl 56 on February 14th. Kick off at 9:30 a.m. on KUAM TV8. West Side!
KUAM's multi-platform morning show, The Link, just got a little more delicious with Feed Me Fridays. Chris, Sabrina, Jason, and the rest of the morning crew will take some time off each Friday to talk, taste, and tempt you with all the latest and greatest food and drinks on Guam. Old faves, new hits, and everything else we can put in our bellies. It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link. Brought to you by King's Restaurants, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Bevendale. Real milk from free grazing cows.
Beginning February 7th, The Link will be broadcast exclusively on Breeze 93.9 FM and live streamed on our Facebook and YouTube channels from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. weekday mornings. We're making way for some exciting changes to our KUAM News lineup, so stay tuned.
It's deep diving into what's making news, listening to your feedback, and getting you the answers you deserve. Plus, remembering to laugh a little too. Join me, Chris Barnett, on The Link, live streaming video on the KUAM News Facebook page and YouTube channel, and broadcast live on the Breeze 93.9 FM, KUAM.com, and the KUAM News app. Miss The Link, miss a lot, so don't miss it.
The Link is presented by IT&D, Calvo Enterprises Inc., Jack in a Box, and Pacific Point.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Say hello to the first Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Want a better look at your spending? With Money Map, you can automatically create budgets and manage where your money is going. Know when you have a green light, or when it's time to slow down. Maybe cook more meals at home this week. Set your goals, track your progress, and find your way to exactly where you want to be. With Money Map from the first Hawaiian Bank mobile app. It all starts with yes.
New Spicy Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Hurts so good. With its spicy marinara and sliced red chilies. It's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds. How's it looking? Don't be bashful with the fiery flakes now. I want it to be real spicy.
I haven't started yet.
Okay, I'm ready. The new Spicy Lovers Pizza. Get it while it's hot. You want respect? Red chilies get you respect. Knowing our pizza's the Hut.
Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutter, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Join Nestor Lacanto for virtual in-depth discussions with the movers and shakers in our community every Wednesday on In Full Zoom. Presented by IT&D and Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Let us know what's up on our KUAM News WhatsApp tip line at 671-727-0094. Share information about what's happening in your town, on Guam or the CNMI, and what you want us to know. Reach us on WhatsApp at 671-727-0094.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage, with generations of Filipinos calling Guam home. KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lacanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC and the Medical City, where patients are partners.
We want to see your football fan love in time for Valentine's Day and the big game on February 14th. KUAM News and KUAM Digital are rounding up and showcasing football lovers all over the island every day before the big game and giving one lucky fan and their loved ones the chance to win the ultimate game day Valentine's Bash at home. All you got to do is send an email to promotions@KUAM.com with the subject Love and Football, or tag and send a DM to the KUAM News page on Instagram. Make sure to include your name and contact info and your Love and Football story. Each and every submission will be entered to win a Game Day Love Fest at their home on Valentine's Day, including a brand new 65-inch 4K TV from Buddy's Home Furnishings, party platters from participating restaurants delivered by Uno Go, beverages and swag from Heineken and Stoli, sweet treats, roses for your loved ones, and much more. One lucky winner will be announced on the air on February 11th. Some conditions apply. Winner must be a resident of Guam, must be 21 years or older, and must be available to be featured in a live shot from their home on Game Day, Monday, February 14th.
See KUAM.com for complete rules and regulations. Love and Football is presented by Uno Go and Buddy's Home Furnishings. Let us show you why Buddy's is better. Jamaican Grill, Yaman, together we can. Heaven Sent, the essence of all things beautiful. The Bottle Shack, Heineken and Stoli. Enjoy responsibly. And CS Cafe.
They should make a law of that. That's what you senators should do. More better you do.
You can make an entire CD, or never mind CDs, because
maybe I'll make an album.
You can make you can make a Spotify playlist of that, and you have 19 tracks, one for every.
Wow, that's a good idea. Yeah. Trademark Chris Barnett, 2022. I'm going to do that.
DJ Joe Search Treasure.
Yeah, I mean, you might. I'm not from your village, so it might not be the song you want, but it's the song you're gonna get.
It's like, man, Chris Jr. was just so much better.
Yeah, that's the best one.
You not only have a reputation to uphold, you also got like obligations to your neighbors.
There's a responsibility, man. Yeah. 903.
Oh, hey, speaking of responsibility,
yeah.
I mean, it's Super Bowl weekend. We got a big game coming up. We want you guys to have like a lot of fun and be safe. But each one of us has a responsibility as Guamanians to take care of ourselves and our neighbors. And we want to tell you that tomorrow there is the next vaccination clinic in support of families with children with disabilities. That's at the Barragata Mayor's Office from 9 to 12. So we still got to do this, guys. I mean, enjoy the game by all means. Have a good time. Tweet about it. Blog about it. put it on your Instagram story, whatever. But we still got to get tested, got to get vaccinated if you do qualify. And if you are someone with a family, or if you're part of a family with children with disabilities, there is a clinic for you. Tomorrow is going to be at the Barrigada Mayor's office again, 9 to 12. If you can't make it next week, that same clinic is going to be from 9 to 12 at the Dido Mayor's office. And then February 26th, 2 weeks from now, is going to be down in Hoggett at that Village's gym.
Thank you so much, Jay. 671-637-0094. We do have a Feed Me Fridays coming up, but first, some Super Bowl trivia. You call now, your chance to win some Whopper action from Burger King. Thank you so much, Burger King. Hey, by the way, we're giving you Whoppers, but they've actually got a great special going on at Burger King. It's a new Double Whopper Junior Your Way meal, which includes French fries, 4-piece chicken nuggets, and a refreshing soft drink. BK, your way. Jay?
Okay, so the next question we have is, can you name me and Joser and Chris, who was the first starting quarterback
I know this one.
to win the Super Bowl with two different teams? Now, this is a tricky because Tom Brady became the second quarterback. He did it last year. Of course, he won 6 rings with the Patriots. He won last year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Somebody beat him to the punch. Who did it first?
Wow.
671-637-0094.
They don't know this one, Jay. That's too hard. Maybe you should pick an easier one.
This isn't that hard.
Again, what was it again?
Yeah, who was the first starting quarterback to hoist Vince Lombardi's trophy twice with two different teams? This guy, won. He's got 2 rings, and he's in the Hall of Fame, and he won 2 championships with 2 different teams. Who is that? The very first person, not Tom Brady.
Give me a hint, but don't give me a giveaway.
He's really good on TV.
Really good on TV. Okay.
Alongside his brother.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to the phones here. 671-637-00.
That made it fairly obvious.
Yeah, thanks. Hi, who's this? Good morning.
This is Tom.
Tom, what's up, man? How you doing?
My waistline's what's up.
Yeah, that's always the problem. Rams or Bengals, bro?
Rams, baby.
There you go.
Why?
They got a better offense and defense, all around team.
But the Bengals are the underdog.
That's just like my underwear.
Tom, so Jay asked a trivia question here. I didn't know the answer until I got the hint, but Jay, again, the question, my friend.
Okay, so Tom, can you tell us who the very first quarterback, there have been two guys that have done this, who's the first quarterback to win 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams?
Peyton Manning.
That is correct. And, of course, he won with the Colts in 2008. He won with the Broncos ultimately in 2017.
Wow.
That's correct.
Yep. Are you a big are you more Peyton Manning or Tom Brady?
Or what's your team, man?
Well, my team first of all is the Steelers.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. So you're neither Peyton nor Tom. And Tom, you're a hardcore Steelers fan going all the way back to like Steel Curtain days, or
to the 70s.
Right on. Who's your favorite all-time Steeler?
Wow.
Jerome Bettis.
All right, good one.
Right. Okay.
I was always a Mean Joe Green guy myself. Remember that commercial like with the Coca-Cola? It's like,
no, that was was it a Coke or Pepsi commercial?
I thought it was Coke when he's, because like Mean Joe Green's walking by there. He's like, "Hey, Mean Joe Green, you want my Coke?" And he's like, "Yeah, kid," and then tosses him the jersey. These days, that kid, first thing he'd do would go on eBay. He's like, "Hey, I got a Mean Joe Green jersey. I want 50,000."
What's your plans for Valentine's Day, Tom?
Get fat.
Get fat. Okay. Do you have a Valentine, my friend?
Yes.
Well, let's.
My dog.
Your dog.
That's cool.
What's your dog's name?
Coda.
What kind of dog you got?
He's half Shih Tzu, half Maltese.
Oh man, Tom, I don't think you can say Shih Tzu on the air.
Oops.
Yeah, a little late now.
Yeah.
What is it that makes your dog the most special Valentine?
Well, first of all, he's obedient, and he's a beautiful dog.
Okay, so I got to ask, are you getting anyone anything, a human being, anything for Valentine's? Are you doing anything for a special someone, or are you just single, ready to pringle?
No. I got something, right? Got something going on for the other half.
Ooh, you got something going on, dude. Wow, let's hear it, man.
So Tom, have you already made like all your credit card payments and cleared everything out? Because it sounds like you're going big.
Actually, I had to get a loan to get this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what? Tell us a little bit about your lady. No names though, because the guys on Guam are dogs. But tell us about your lady.
What can I say, man? She's beautiful. She's awesome. She's great. She's nice.
Very cool.
When did you guys start checking each other out?
Late 90s.
Late 90s.
Wow.
Wow. So since the last millennium.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice. And
did you guys have your own? Do you guys have a song together?
Yeah. What's
Tom?
your song, man?
What's your song, man?
Good one, Jay.
We don't really necessarily have a song. We come from different genres of the spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah, but we do agree on just music that make us happy.
Like, what's a song that you guys, listen to together, or that maybe it was on?
Well, like Tavares is a good one. Anything from Tavares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of 70s stuff.
70s.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like what, Barry White?
No.
Barry Manilow?
More so towards the funk side.
Oh, the funk
Ooh.
side. You dig it. You got a funk flashlight.
Yeah, that bass slap and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're into like some Bootsy Collins and some like Parliament?
In a sense, I'm like more in between.
What about the halftime show, man? Are you looking forward to that halftime show? You like the 70s funk, but what do you know about the DRE? Snoop Dogg?
Oh, Dre and Snoop are awesome, man. As far as everybody else, I mean, I can go get me something to eat.
What do you mean? It's Dre, it's Snoop, it's Eminem, it's
Mary J. Blige. Dre and Snoop are pretty much my highlight of the halftime show. Everybody else is, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get me a snack.
What? You don't like Eminem?
I'm actually not a fan of Eminem.
Wow, why? That's crazy. A lot of people are fans of Eminem. What is it about Eminem?
And Tom, you said your favorite player is Jerome Bettis. He also is from Detroit, right?
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
So what is it about Eminem that you just don't like?
It's not that I don't like
Why
him.
you gotta start trouble, Chris?
What? I'm just saying.
It's not that I don't like him. It's just that I'm not into his music.
Is it because he's white, bro?
Oh no, nothing at all. Has nothing to do
I'm
with
just
race
checking.
or color.
You know what I want to know? Like when
What
they have
is it?
every year when they have the halftime show, right? They
Yeah.
always come up with they have like the flash pots and like they fire off like these
Yeah.
little like the fireworks and everything like that. Because it's Snoop, I wonder like when the halftime show is over and you see all that smoke coming off.
Yeah, you know what kind of smoke that's going to be.
Yeah, I wonder if that's Snoop maybe.
It's
made
going
a
to be
little smoke out of it.
marijuana smoke.
You know it's going to be something that in some states are not legal.
Yeah, don't inhale, guys, if you don't partake.
Yeah. So when the second half starts, if maybe the quarterbacks and the wide receivers are a little off, but they don't get mad,
Yeah.
they're just like, hey, sorry, bro.
Yeah. It's cool, man.
There's a reason for that.
Hey, Tom, what's your last name, real quick?
Man, I prefer to say
Give me an initial, at least.
I'll give you an alias.
Tom the Steelers fan.
Huh?
Tom the Steelers fan.
There you go.
Thank you, Tom. So come by KUAM business hours and pick up your Whopper, okay?
Sounds groovy.
Hurry
Thanks,
before I
guys.
eat it. Thank you, Tom.
Hey, enjoy the game, Tom. Thanks for calling, man.
I will. Okay, bye.
Have a good
Okay,
season.
we're
Be
doing
safe.
we're doing a lot of our Super Bowl stuff today. Of course, we'll be giving away Whoppers on Super Bowl Monday. Okay, and the game is on Monday as well. So we're gonna have some Super Bowl stuff for you guys on Monday. It's 9:12. Jay, thanks for hanging out.
This has been a blast.
Yeah, come by, man. The new, I mean, you're always welcome.
Oh,
I mean, you do work here.
it's gonna be unfortunate when I have to like. May I enter?
I'll be like, Joe, lock the doors. Jason, Jason's coming. Lock the door. Turn off the lights.
Remember what happened like the last time you and I got locked out of the room.
Yeah,
and okay.
Yeah, that was
funny
crazy.
side story before we end the show.
Yeah.
One time, Chris and I actually left the room. Joser closed the door, and then the lock broke. So
Yeah.
Joser had to take like his. It's not a Leatherman. It's not a Swiss Army knife. It's like Joser's got like the MacGyver tool, and he basically had to disassemble the lock from the inside so we could get back.
Yeah, that was fun times.
One of the many crazy memories we've shared over the last 2 years.
So many. Yeah. And then one of the features I'm going to have on the show starting next week is I think on Thursdays we're going to do a little bit of a throwback Thursday where we go back way, and we'll start at the beginning. Where else would you start? the beginning of the pandemic and play you some of the clips from the show containing COVID. That's what this show first started as. Just to take you back and to look at things. I was just talking last night with somebody about how we weren't allowed to get haircuts. Oh, that was you. Yeah, remember we weren't allowed to get haircuts?
Yep.
That was crazy. And I was actually going to my barber. I was going to my barber's house and getting a haircut at her house, and we would wear the mask and everything. And it was just crazy because everyone in here was long-haired. And I remember that one show where I showed up, and I was like, Madassi boy, I got a haircut. And you guys were like, how'd you get a haircut? And then there were people in the comments like, whoa, nice haircut, Chris.
Now, remember me? I didn't get my haircut for 15 weeks. My hair was almost down to my shoulders.
To be honest, though, I only did it after there was that one press conference where I guess the governor got her hair did, right? And everyone was like, oh, nice hairdo. What's wrong? What's up with that? And then I was like, okay, if the governor's going to do it, I'll go do it too. Lead by example. 9:14. Good job, Jay.
All right. Enjoy the game, everybody. We got some donuts to get to. Sabrina brought these.
Yeah, cupcakes.
Oh,
those are cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Jay, it's all right. They're cupcakes. We'll get to those. We'll get to this.
It's mine. That's all. That's all that matters.
Facebook Live. Guys, check this out. It's Feed Me Fridays right here on the link. Good morning.
It's Feed Me Fridays. It's Feed Me Fridays on the link. Brought to you by King's Restaurants, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows.
Feed Me Fridays right here at King's with me, Chris. Yes, nobody wants to eat lunch with me because they're all so busy working hard. Guys, my advice to you today, make sure you make time to chow. It's a form of self-care, okay? And I'm going to chow it all today here at King's, doing kind of like a surf and turf. King's meatloaf plate. Man, their meatloaf is awesome. Rest in peace, meatloaf, by the way. And then the serve part of it is King's fish and chips. Not just any fish and chips, okay? This is not the British fish and chips. This is parrot fish. Parrot fish nuggets with King's famous steak fries. And they got their awesome coleslaw here. I do have a side of the pica ranch at King's. It's good stuff. I'm going to kind of start with a fry and a little pica ranch. Let's get into this meatloaf. Honestly, I didn't know until a couple weeks ago that King's had meatloaf on the menu. We're at the office, and Jason Solis and I were kind of talking about craving meatloaf. And I told our boy Tomas McGlotnia, boy, look at the menu at King's. They got meatloaf, and they did, and we had it, and it was awesome. And I'm so lucky to be eating meatloaf twice in 2022 so far. Okay, so let's get into this meatloaf. They got it's a classic brown gravy. It's awesome. We're just going to put just a little bit on here because I really want to taste the meat. Their meatloaf, I see some onion, I see some carrot. That's going to add a little bit of sweetness. Get some rice in here. It doesn't get any more comfort food than meatloaf. Of course, I know you guys are probably used to eating your meatloaf with mashed potatoes. The waitress asked me, do I want mashed potatoes or rice? And I told her my last name's Barnett, but I'm Chris Barnett, so give me that rice. But you can get it with mashed potatoes, and you can get the gravy on the mashed potatoes however you want it. They're here to please you at King's. Just gonna try another, they gave me this nice vinegar finadeni here, which is awesome. I love it. The gravy's good too, don't get me wrong. Get some of that brown gravy in there. You down for the brown? That's really good, really good. They know I'm a corny guy, so I got some corn here. Ten out of 10 recommend. Hey, bring your significant other over to King's for Valentine's. We could do this combo right here. You get a meatloaf, or maybe she likes the meat, you get her the meatloaf, you get the fish and chips. And hopefully you get a little dessert after. Hey, you. Meatloaf, awesome. Let's move on to the fish and chips. King's has featured, and they continue to feature, parrotfish on their menu. They started kind of with a parrotfish filet sandwich, which was awesome. I used to get that all the time, and I get it with, it'll come with like a pica mayo, or you can get the pica ranch on it. And then they did, for a while, they did parrotfish nuggets. And now they got the fish and chips King style. So this is parrotfish. This is a big chunks of white flaky parrotfish. Palaxi to the maxi. Of course, Palaxi is what we call parrotfish in the native language of Samaru. They call it that because the parrotfish exudes this kind of like a mucousy substance around itself to protect itself from its prey. And it's very, very slippery in the water. So that's why they call it Palaxi, means slippery, right? So this, these Palaxi fish and chips, awesome. I mean, when are you going to get a big chunk of parrotfish, you know? I mean, you don't got to worry about choking to death because, you know, there's 80 million bones in a parrotfish. You just get straight to the point. Straight to the meat of the matter. And it's good with the pico ranch, but my grandma used to love doing vinegar finadeni with fish. Oh, man down. Hey, and I tried to fish the chips, of course. Steak fries. King steak fries. Oh, man. I worked out this morning, so these fries, like, I don't know what it is. Fried food after a workout, it's the best. They got coleslaw too. Let me just eat that so you guys don't say I hate vegetables. It's a classic flavor combination, you know, coleslaw with the fish and chips. A little bit of sweetness. Let me see what they got in there. I don't know if that's like a pineapple or something, but there's something a little bit sweet in there that I really like. It goes great with the parrotfish huge nuggets. Like I said, Kings, there's a great option for Valentine's dinner. You know what I mean? They got everything your lady loves here at Kings. I know because she told me. No, I'm just kidding. They got everything. I mean, from the starters, right? You can get country ground. We've done the Incredibles. You know, maybe you want to get an Incredible on the Super Bowl. You can do it here at King's. They also got awesome desserts, so make it a date. You know, maybe you don't have a Valentine. You know, get one of your cellos. Make it a mandate. But just come on by King's. And we're here in Harmon. I love Harmon. Kiko's the manager. Make sure you tell him that we sent you. I'm going to get back to this meatloaf. Link fam, have a great weekend. Remember, it's Super Bowl Monday, also Valentine's Day. So don't blow it, guys, right? Represent for our species, okay? Be safe. And thank you again, Link Fam. It's Surf and Turf here at King's. You can get the parrotfish chicken nuggets, or of course the meatloaf. It's classic recipe here at King's. Harmon to Mooning, whichever one you want to go to. Link Fam, we out. Thank you for Feed Me Fridays. Woohoo!
It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link, brought to you by King's Restaurants, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Devondale. Real milk from free grazing.
Business! Tough job, man. That's tough. You know, not everyone can do a two-person shoot, a two-person meal all by themselves. Well, that's just, sometimes you got to step it up, sir. You got to step up. You know what I mean? Many are called, few are chosen. Thank you, Kings, for another great Feed Me Fridays. Burger King Whoppers. We'll go ahead and take the next three callers, 671-637-0094. Hook you up with some Burger King Whoppers as part of our big Whopper Super Bowl 56 Whopper giveaway. Okay, we'll give away some more on Monday. I'm leaving you with something that is brought to you by our good friends at Burger King, where you can get the double Whopper Jr. Your Way meal, which includes French fries, 4-piece nuggets, and refreshing soft drink. BK Your Way. It's Cover Me. It's also brought to you by Docomo Pacific, here to help the Affordable Connectivity Program. They call it ACP. You down with ACP? Yeah, you know me, Chris. Helps you connect to things that matter most with $30 off select internet plans. Head over to Docomo Pacific's Tamuning HQ to CFAN if you qualify. Qualifying households get a free router with an additional $45 off for a limited time only. Visit Docomo Pacific and ask about ACP today. Docomo Pacific, better together. Also, guys, I know you guys know we had the Department of Administration on earlier. No, just kidding. We didn't. They don't come on here. But I just want to pass this word along, even though the last day to apply for the Homeowners Assistance Fund is, I believe it's today. Here we go. Yeah. Yep, today. Today is the last day. I know you guys have been waiting months for this assistance to come out. Well, it ends today. Okay. Traditionally, though, I know with the Earned Emergency Rental Assistance, they did do a couple rounds of it. But homeowners are urged to apply by today for the Homeowner Assistance Fund. Let me just read you a little bit of this release. Homeowners in need of assistance are encouraged to apply for the HOF program by today, close of business. Okay, the Homeowners Assistance Fund program provides relief to homeowners at risk and who have experienced financial challenges or other difficulties affecting their housing stability due to the COVID-19 pandemic. DOA will review submitted applications and advise applicants regarding their status. To date, they've received over 800 applications. Okay, yeah. Basically, a lot of people are hurting and they want to get this money, so go get it. Okay. Thank you, guys. Leaving you with Burger King's Cover Me again. We'll take the next three callers, hook you up with free Whoppers. But that's it, guys. The show will end after Cover Me, and then you got your go-to jam coming up on the breeze. It's been a great run with Sabrina and Jason. They're busy working. They're always working all the time. All the time, always working. But check me Monday here for the link. Okay, we're not going to miss a beat. We'll keep our Monday with the Mayor's Council weekly update, find out what's going on in your neck of the jungle. Of course, we'll have a work week weather, and we will have Super Bowl 56. That's coming up Monday on the link. Brought to you proudly by Pacific Points, Cavo Enterprises, IT&E, and Jack in the Box. Good morning.
3, 4.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. Don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. Sat on the roof and kicked off the moss. Well, a few of the verses where they got me quite cold, but the sun's been quite nice while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is what I really mean. Yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. May it be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world.